Shreks.
Yup.
Not even trolled. He's gonna get ogred.
Ogre.
Hey.
Yeah. We back. We back. We back.
We back.
We back.
We back.
Maybach.
Hey.
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 We back music.
We them boys. We back again.
We them
Damn, this
boys.
plant is dead. I need to do some trimming on it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Almost Never podcast. We are making a triumphant return to the studio in Los Angeles, California. Feels good to be back. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
How's it hanging, y'all? This week we're talking about we're doing a little Costa Rica recap from our trip.
Fair enough.
Talking about the Diddy allegations, new Andre 3000 album.
Diddy done did it.
A little bit of a little Snoop loop in the news. I don't know what else we got. What's going on, boys? How you doing this week? Are you also dead as I am inside?
Yes. Dead both inside and outside. It was rough, not going to lie. Coming back from Costa Rica, which, you know, everyone's like pura vida, like, oh, so relaxing. I was dead.
DED.
Yeah, I think I probably tomorrow will finally be in a space where I've caught up. Because even today I woke up and I was like
100% caught up? Or like 90?
Like where I can actually, like when my eyes open, I can get out of bed.
Oh, like 80%.
Because, every single day this week, my eyes open, I'm like, somebody else help me. I don't know, how's it for you?
Oh, me.
Either.
I
There's
feel
two to the
congested. I was congested while we were out there. I think it was because of the humidity, and I still just feel like I don't feel bad. I just feel congested. But as far as like depletion level, yeah, I'm probably at 30% depletion, so I'm at 70%.
That's an admirable number for considering the start of the week.
And the lack of the sleep.
Yeah, so I feel like Sean said, tomorrow I'll probably get to like 85, 90, and then, it's good to go.
That's a pretty good jump. I'm probably at like 80%. I mean, I think I started off the trip at a deficit. Like I already was getting a little sick, had a little something in the throat when we were out there. So I think the lack of sleep and then the partying and the climate kind of had an impact from the start. And so I think it was because it was so humid outside, and then we were just going back into the hotel room where it was just blasting AC all day, and it was just so dry. Like my throat was like, every morning we woke up, I was like, my throat was like the Sahara, even though it was like all pura vida on the outside. It was not pura vida on the inside.
Did you guys lose your voice any bit?
Yes.
Mine was okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, mine was gone on Monday, like gone.
Yeah, it was a little rough. It was very rough. It was very rough.
Yeah.
Best meal, thinking back on it, what was it?
Best meal?
The best meal.
That first night. Oh, you weren't there.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. That was a really good meal.
Oh yeah. The Peruvian food.
The
Was
Peruvian
really good.
food.
Yeah, that was fire.
It was delicious. I had fish. When was that? Whatever one. It was a fish meal. I don't remember.
Oh, I think it's Amazon dropping off packages.
that
was me.
Tap, I was like,
that
was me.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my brain
Trying to
thinking.
think.
Yeah. I don't know what was.
That burger was fire.
Oh, in
And it's like, I
avion?
didn't want one the whole time because I was just like scarred from overseas, and I was just like, never again. But we finally got the thing, and it was so good.
That burger was really good. Yeah,
that was like probably the best food out of everything. I mean, they slay the gallos pintos everywhere. Mm-hmm. I really liked that. I had the vegetable curry, I think, or
That was good.
It was that place.
Cafe
Yeah.
Milagro.
Oh, when we had
Yeah.
you had the fish
The
there.
fish there.
I had
It
the
was
jerk
delicious.
chicken.
Oh, that jerk chicken was
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Yeah. It wasn't jerk, but flavored.
It was
close.
It was Caribbean. It was Pacific.
Yeah,
They had
it
the flavors going.
They
on
had
there.
and then the blackening was there because of the spice.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the char,
It didn't
right?
have the char,
because
yeah.
like it's the spice and the
They
char.
might have the best black beans I've had though. Like
Those
Costa
ones
Rica,
you guys had, or whatever. The
ones that were
they were
forget
almost
what they
like mashed.
yeah, it was like
black
refried,
beans.
but dude, those were insane.
at the reception.
Those were so
Yeah,
good.
That was
were
really good. I actually really liked the breakfast we had. It was not the best food by far, but I had the típico. Like it was just nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice just being there.
What
with
meat
boys.
did you have?
4.
The típico.
I don't think it had meat. I
Just
think
eggs.
Oh,
Like,
it was just
It was like eggs
and,
and then
potatoes,
plátanos, and then
plátanos.
and then the gallos pintos.
mashed potatoes. What are these things? what is that's a
That was
mashed-
when I was recovering, dude.
Yeah,
I took one bite of that fish or whatever it was, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, you took
Yeah.
a bite of the.
Yeah, you just it was gone. You're like, okay, that's it. You tried.
Yeah, you panic ordered.
It was.
And you were like, can I get some more juice? She was like, really?
This?
You want more?
Bro, after that, I told you guys, I went to the room, and like an hour later, I just threw up juice.
I don't
did
think
you?
I
I
knew
don't
that.
think- yeah, I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, that's what happened. I was like, we smoked, and like, I just wasn't feeling like right. I was just like topsy-turvy. And then all of a sudden, like, I think we smoked, and then like my mouth started watering. I was like, I'm going to throw up. And I just went to the bathroom, and it was just juice.
What the f is juice anyway?
Just juice.
I needed that, though. It brought me back.
That's the most beer I've drank for a very long time.
And
And the
drink a
most,
lot of beer? We didn't even drink a lot of beer.
we drink a lot of beer.
I mean, a lot of beer, like, but not like. I think it's just because the sober October, and then just drinking any amount of beer.
I feel like it was more liquor, though.
There was a lot of liquor, I think.
That's a lot of shots. Like, especially the first night, Thursday night, because we had, like, I felt like the Thursday party night at the house was actually the biggest party of all of them, even bigger than, like, the wedding
That
night.
was a rager. Remember
was
we
a-
walked into the strobes? Like, they
Yeah.
were going off.
Like, that was, like, we got there early, and then the DJ came in, and then he finally got his time to, like, actually, like, DJ, and he started playing, like, house music and stuff, and it kept on going. But every
were
single
going
time someone
off,
came in,
dude.
they were like, this is my mom, let's take a shot together. This is my dad, let's take a shot together. This is my sister. I was like, please stop.
that chili guano, man.
Yeah.
Chili guaro. I think, like, yeah, I that first night, I was like, there was a moment where I was like, I'm just like way too drunk right now. I can't handle. I drank like a lot of water that night, and so I ended up fine. But there was a moment I was like, this could go.
What were you
bad.
drinking?
A lot of rum.
Oh, the mojitos, right? Because they had mojitos.
I just started having just like rum and soda because I think I had 1 or 2 mojitos and they were too sweet.
Yeah.
And then just a lot of tequila shots and then chili guaro.
Yeah.
And just I think I only had like 2 beers that night. I ended up having like maybe 5, but then I'd get it, have a drink, or maybe not even drink it. I'll put it down and then just like walk away.
Never find it again.
That was crazy. It was good, though. The weather was just nutty.
Very nutty. Shout out Courtney and Nufo.
So much fun. Love you guys.
Thank you guys. Love you. And also happy marriage. And yeah,
Happy
beautiful
marriage
wedding.
day. I think you're still out. They're still out there.
They're still
right
out
now.
there, yeah. It was a very beautiful wedding. Very hot. Like, I mean, as soon as we sat under that tent, I was like, they just put us in a greenhouse.
I didn't know you're so bad. I was like, oh, Sean's not that soaked.
Oh, I was done.
And then
I
when
had
you
the little bit here, and then I stood
When
up.
you
And
stood
it was
up, I was
yeah.
like, oh, your back is wet.
Oh, it's because your whole back. It
My whole
wasn't
back-
just like a thing.
No,
it wasn't like, yeah, it was your whole back, so we didn't notice it.
The whole
at first.
back panel.
Yeah, it was just down. It was funny because I was sitting there the whole time. I was like, yeah, it's going. Oh, it's running. It's a waterfall now. Yep.
Drip, drip, drip.
I was like, it's crazy. I'm dying. I am dying. But
You
then I
guys
saw Courtney's dad was sweating through
Dying.
the jacket, and I was like, if he's sweating through a shirt and a jacket,
I can
like
manage.
I can manage.
Yeah, I think-
I'm a hang.
It was a somewhat comfortable because like everybody was sweating.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
just
it's like usually it's
profusely.
like just you or me.
You weren't
or
dying
just the
alone.
sweat.
Yeah, it was just everyone.
Everybody's suffering
was
in
dying.
unison. So
The band was tight. They were playing Metallica.
yeah,
I was so funny. Nupo was like, "Yeah, I heard that there may or may not have been a couple off notes." Like,
that was it. The cellist or the violinist.
It was low key. All of them were a little bit out of
little out of tune.
Well, but like the one you noticed was the
It
violinist
initially
or
started with
cellist.
the violinist, then the celloist, and then I realized the guitarist was out of tune as
yeah,
well.
just everything. Every time they would hit like certain notes, like, oh, no one's together.
the higher
no,
registers.
no one's together. Yeah. That would kind of be it. It was like, na, na, na. Yeah, but it was a good time.
We had enough gear to help them, bruh.
I know. We
Should've
really
brought
did.
some
we
stuff out there.
really could have been like, yo, let me just tune you up real quick.
If we just had power, we could have helped them out.
Let me get you guys mic'd up.
Michael, dude, right?
Michael Myers.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We got to see the monkeys and the macaws and the toucans and the little capybara. That's not a capybara.
Agouti.
Agouti.
The leaf cutting ants.
Oh
those
yeah,
were cool.
they were working day
What
and
else
night.
did we see?
A lot of dragonflies.
Alligators.
Oh yeah,
Cocodrilo.
cocodrilo, which we thought were fake, and then they ended up being that one. Still may have been fake. The big one.
But I mean, let's be honest. We act like they have animatronics out at Costa Rica.
No, I
Yeah.
just thought it was a. I thought it was
just
like
a
a
statue or
like.
something?
I figured it was like a dead like it was stuffed. Like your bots went out there and hunted
Oh,
it
he just
60
left it?
years
He just
ago and
left
left it.
He's like, it's dead. I believe it.
All right, I don't need it.
That's where it laid.
It's gonna be there.
They just stuffed it.
Can you guys just embalm it there?
It just petrified.
Yeah, just in the riverbed.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the first time to Miami, that was cool. Even though I didn't get to go out of Miami.
There and back.
Yeah, I didn't get to get out of there, but yeah, that's the flights, man. Whenever you can have a direct flight, it's just
You
it
should do
makes
it.
so much sense.
Even if it's like $100 more.
it really makes so much sense. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I did.
yeah.
'Cause it kinda just
that
made
little
sense.
charter flight from the narco airport.
It was
in
chill.
You're lucky I
It was-
told y'all about that.
What do you mean?
You
didn't tell us?
Oscar Rolando told us about
You're
that. not
right.
you.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you didn't tell us.
But
Trey
I
finding out
reiterated.
about the Costa Rica airplane hookups, but it was like so smooth.
Yeah,
Like
How big was the
obviously
plane?
20-seater.
So it was chill.
yeah, it's chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Little PJ.
I thought it was like a Cessna, but
kind
it
of
was,
a
it was
PJ.
like-
Still quite smaller than a PJ.
it's like a safari PJ.
because like the aisle was
turboprop.
literally like this.
Well, there's some 4-seater PJs.
This was not a PJ though. It was a turboprop, and it was like
yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
prop. It was
yeah,
prop.
it was
Yeah,
prop.
yeah.
It was prop, and it was
Yeah.
cool. Like, dude, I thought they need not that much runway.
No,
At all.
Definitely,
At all.
like compared to like a jet engine, like they
Yeah.
need quite a bit. This was like half the distance or something
and
of a
the,
jet.
the tires have a lot more like grip because when we landed, they made a hard left, and we were just like, it was chill. It was like boom. I was like, oh wow.
That's how the bush planes are because they land a lot in like wet
Oh,
marsh and stuff.
yeah.
and they have those big old tires, but they don't need a lot of runway either. They could take off and land kind of in nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because once you get full throttle, then it's like zzz, you just need a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was cool. We literally went up over the mountain and then down.
insert
dope.
Yeah.
video right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to take the 2-hour taxi
At night.
at 1 a.m.
God bless
I know,
you.
dude. I was so close, and it was like 12:40. I'm like, I'm so tired. He doesn't need me. He doesn't need me to say bye to him.
All I did, I just peeked in your room. I said, "Hey, I got basically all the gear, but you got the one microphone, right?" He said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "You sure, right?" He's like, "Yeah, it's packed away." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, that was it.
And then I went in Jim's room. I was like, "It was dope kicking with you, Jim." He was just passed out. I was like, "All right, bud, love you." Ain't got no acknowledgement, but I made sure I said something.
Yeah. Yeah.
He remembered nothing.
And it was dope having Taylor on the pod, though.
It was.
That was cool.
He was like ready for it. That's
He's
what
been
threw
ready.
that was what threw me
He's
off. 'Cause
been ready.
I don't know how you guys felt, but I was faded as fuck. I was so
was
tired.
ready.
And then he hit it and he was like, "Well, I've been doing this for 14 years." And I was like, "Whoa.
He's
Whoa."
been ready.
That was the most present I've seen him in years.
It was the most present. He was there on the trip for sure.
100%. He was like knocking out all of the questions and
He was.
stuff. I
He even
just-
brought tape, and he taped up the 57.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not that serious.
It was so funny when we were done. I went to click it and I was like, "Who put?" He's like, "Oh, I taped it." I was like, "Yep, you would." I guess.
I love how he questioned me like a little bit, and then he just heard. He was like, "I was like, I'll fix it later." Taylor's like, "Are you sure though?" He's like, "Well, let me just listen to it real quick." I was like, "There's nothing on it." He's like, "I know." He's like, "Oh, it sounds good." was like,
What the heck, bro? Of course.
Yeah, of course.
That's when I was like, you just told us that you've never watched our. When he was like, he said something about the look of it. I was like, bro, have you never seen an episode?
Right? Yeah, no, it looks. I think it's gonna be a cool episode for sure. It was.
The lighting was very good, like for having no lighting.
Shot. I think. I mean, it's short, but it's gonna be cool. Yeah, I think it'd be. Cool.
I still think it was like 45, wasn't it?
It was over an hour.
Solid hour.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was over an hour.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Oh, and the we talked about it, but the Las Vegas Grand Prix is this weekend.
It is this weekend.
So
cause we said last weekend.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
did we?
going on.
So about that, I heard that because it's so cold there, that the streets, they're having to figure out some way to heat the streets up because it actually needs to be warmer, not colder, for the tires to correctly grip.
That's the whole thing, is because like with over there, they have tire warmers on, like tires that are just sitting there. They have warmers on them, so like when they put them on, it's at an operating temperature. But yeah, I think they spent like 20 million repaving the streets where the Grand Prix is going to be. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
And obviously things were supposed to be like, it was supposed to be a certain budget, and then it always goes over. But yeah,
I heard that's also not selling anywhere near as good as they wanted it to be. Like everyone dropped their prices last week in the 2 weeks, like by half, to get like rooms sold and stuff like that. And where they put the grandstands in areas, it blocks the view from people's hotel rooms. Yeah, so people bought the room and now they can't see anything out of it.
that was strategic though, for sure.
I mean,
was strategic,
yeah.
But yeah, no, people are.
But some people
I'd be a little
probably
upset
have
with
like
that.
farther away, and they have like a balcony. It's probably a dope view, so you can see.
If
like,
you have
Sure,
one, the
if
top
you had a
one,
top one,
oh yeah,
They
100%.
can't obstruct that unless they freaking put a picture over
There's a
it.
helicopter right there. To
Well,
like, for real, bro.
they thought the whole thing was gonna be like crazy, because all the fans jumped on it right away. Probably international people probably were like, "Oh, I'm gonna Saudi Prince booking rooms,"
Because that's some
and shit.
who's who type of stuff, right? Yeah, yeah.
And it's the very first
Of its
Las
kind,
Vegas
yeah.
Grand Prix. I think it's tomorrow, because like they do the intro races like today. I think
2
it's
and
like
3,
Formula
right?
1, Formula 3. Yeah.
What was it? Manhole covers were already taking cars out.
no
Oh,
way.
really?
Yeah.
For Formula 2 and 3?
Well, whatever on some stuff going on, it was taking out cars, like an improperly placed manhole cover, like messed up like 3 or 4 cars.
Wow.
Jeez.
They were
Yeah, this
sparking
isn't-
over it, like because they were just obviously they're going like 200 miles.
Yeah.
Because they're like literally like an inch off the
Barely
ground.
over the
There's like
ground.
no, there's
Crazy.
like, and the chassis so stiff, like there's
Yeah,
no,
they were
there's no
definitely
give.
hitting it and sparking off of it.
With jet fuel.
Sparky.
Yeah, basically,
That sounds safe.
it is.
I mean, really power to those. You know, what's the number one guy's name? He's German or no, French? Right?
Max Verstappen, he's Dutch.
Verstappen.
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 Yeah, he was on the front cover of Time magazine this week as like the most, because I guess like his story, I know nothing about this, but I guess his story is,
What was that?
That came out of nowhere.
well, we're
was
good.
it?
It was
This is
everything's okay.
Oh, I see what it
Yeah.
was.
Set
Where,
that.
I see where it was.
Set-
Yeah. Here. It was here. But I heard his rise to fame was super like random, like the way he was like an unconventional driver to be where he is right now or something. I know nothing of it, but
That's Joshy's realm.
I mean, I don't really like him. Just his face. I want to punch his face. He's like got one of those things.
Wait,
Like
let me look him up real
there's
quick.
nothing
so I
wrong
know.
with him, but like he, I don't know. It's not a friendly face. To me.
He's
Is
the
it because he's
Draymond
Dutch?
of
Could be.
F1.
Speaking of
He's what?
Draymond,
He's the Draymond of F1.
I don't know. I like Draymond. I think his actions more so than his face. Like Draymond doesn't have a punchable face.
what do you think?
But look at it.
Yeah, I could punch it.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's because he looks like a guy that we went to high school with.
Yeah, it's not
He looks like
conventionally
a
attractive.
909er, like that you.
And his last name still could have been Verstappen.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
It,
see,
could
look,
have been, it literally could have been Max.
I'll show you.
Verstappen.
Like, I'll show you this other guy.
Yeah, yeah. While you're doing this, bringing up the other guy. Speaking of Draymond, it was funny. I enjoyed the like. He literally put him in a chokehold and didn't want to let go of Gobert.
I hate Patrick Beverly, but his explanation of it is so funny because he says no one in the league already likes Rudy Gobert anyway. So
It's true.
So
I mean,
That's true.
He started. He started COVID-19.
Yeah,
he's
he literally was the
He's like, so Draymond knew he could just do it, and no one would do anything.
That's hilarious.
He
Not
said
wrong.
these guys are just looking at him, kind of just like, should I jump in? Should I not? Should I jump in? Should
Like,
I not?
All right, so which
But
dude-
that's
He
Charles.
looks cooler.
That's Charles Leclerc. He's,
like
him.
he's from
Leclerc.
Monaco. I think they're called Monegasque.
I like him.
But he's
cool.
he's a handsome guy. He drives for a
cool.
Ferrari.
He looks like he smokes weed too.
He just looks high there.
Yeah,
he does look high. He normally doesn't look like that, but he does look high right there. But
looking a little sleepy.
he's like one of my favorite drivers right now. There's like no American drivers in Formula One. Oh no, Logan Sargent. He drives for another team, but he's the only.
Sargent.
There's never been any American drivers that have been successful in Formula One in a long time, in decades.
Damn, this dude looks American as.
We just do NASCAR.
He was in Indy cars, I believe.
Homie looks American.
He does look American.
He does.
Yeah, he's ready for freedom.
But yeah,
Okay, so yeah, we did hop. But the thing with Gobert, I mean, it was. Now that you say that, it is crazy funny because like literally he had him and like no one on Gobert's team tried to pull him off.
No one.
They just let him drag
They
him.
let him.
It was like someone being eaten by wolves. They're just like, well.
And then the meme was so funny. They said Draymond still hasn't forgave Rudy about COVID.
That's hilarious.
I mean, remember
he did start it.
You remember? Yeah, he started.
He was
COVID.
the coffer.
and that was
He was like wiping his stuff on people
He
too.
didn't care. Remember, he was like, COVID from COVID.
and that was like that was the very potent first wave strain. So he probably actually did like infect like 10 people from that.
Such a French ass thing to do.
He was getting choked out. He was just like, what am I to do? What am I to do? He's choking me.
Yeah,
And he's like a foot taller than him and
Man,
weighs
have
like
a croissant and
huge.
espresso?
yeah.
50 pounds.
I did think it was stupid though that he didn't get any. I mean, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But the fact that
Draymond didn't get no repercussions from it?
no, he did.
He
got 5
game
games.
suspension.
Oh.
But Gobert got nothing, and he
He
did.
got choked out.
No, but but
he didn't even touch Clay when he
He
tried
put hands.
to. He didn't even touch
Wasn't
Clay
it-
when
But he
tried
put
to.
hands.
Wasn't
on him.
it? But no, but
tried
it was
to.
Jaden McDaniel that was doing.
Yeah, he got
the other
tossed.
stuff.
Him and Clay got tossed.
But they just got tossed.
Yeah,
right?
that was it.
I mean, I
Rudy
guess that's
came in and
true.
tried to do something to Clay, and it was like Draymond was already on him too quick. Like
Yeah.
he was already just waiting to choke him.
He
Like Rudy
seriously-
touched Clay, and then the only part of his hands that touched Clay's neck is when Draymond was dragging him.
He just went
His
boom.
hands were just like this. And
He's like, I need to grab on something.
they just barely touched Clay's neck.
He's like,
as he was
say-
being dragged away.
It's funny because the announcers first were like, "Oh yeah, now Draymond's stepping in. He's doing a little more than stepping in."
Well, no, because even Steve Kerr was like, no, Draymond was just he was just stepping in because Rudy had his hands on Clay's neck. I was like,
it was going for yeah.
nah, he had him like around the shoulder, and then that's when Draymond had him already.
Yeah.
He was already choking the lights out of him.
Yeah, it was. I mean, kind of funny though. I like to see it.
Yeah, it's funny.
It is, no one got really hurt. And
Nah,
Just-
it was
just
a little,
egos.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a little tussle.
you know, it wasn't like that two-hand push in the back by.
Oh, that was like
That was like a neck breaker.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, that could that could cost
Chris
him.
Paul's head like touched the back of his back, dude. He went he flew back.
He already got a bobblehead anyway.
So
though.
in that scenario, since it's two guys you don't like, were you like yay on both of it? You're like good for both.
yeah, I was just like, it was funny to see it was in the NBA. Because I was just like, both of them little bitch asses. I'm like, little Draymond being a little bitch ass bully.
You would have like cheered more though if it was Karl Anthony Towns or something.
He was right there.
No, but if he would
Doing
have gotten choked out instead of
absolutely
Gobert.
nothing.
He was right there doing nothing too. He was
Yeah.
just,
Biggest dude on the court.
Yeah, dude, that just shows how soft he just was. Like,
Well, it just shows you like
nobody cares about Rudy.
Nobody
cares.
likes Rudy.
yeah,
It was that bad. Like no one in the league likes Rudy. They were just all just like, let it go.
yeah, right.
Let it go.
Let it play. Let it play.
Yeah, like Kerr had to break it up. That's embarrassing.
That's
the
what was
coach.
so weird.
Players didn't even stop it. They just let little Kerr stop it. Little Kerr. Little Kerr, could you stop the fight?
Hello, Kerr.
When he stepped in, I actually was like, "Why is he there?" Like the
Because
ref,
nobody else cared.
yeah, everyone.
The refs aren't going to do
The
it.
refs were even like, "Well, we'll sort this out later."
Cats all over there practicing free throws. He's like, it's Rudy.
It's okay.
We don't
Nothing
care.
lost. I get more playing time anyway.
Yup.
No love lost.
It's Thanksgiving next week, so shout out to all the deal finders. Are you guys going to get anything for Black Friday?
I don't need
I haven't
anything.
even looked. Have you looked at anything that's not on sale that's on sale?
I actually got something already.
What'd
What'd you
you
get?
get?
I'll have to apologize to you, Trey, ahead of time. I got a USB mic. It was a Blue Yeti.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
It
fine.
was on sale for like
That's
because they're
fine.
normally like
That's fine.
$120,
Yeah, the
I got it for
Yeti's
like
cool.
85.
Yeti's cool.
USB. I'm like, I don't want to.
USB.
I don't want to learn that XLR thing, so I can get my.
You don't want to learn?
Wait.
You already do it.
Well, like to like process it
already
and everything.
learned
I
it.
don't want to. I just want to record straight to computer. I don't want to like have to go through like that.
An interface?
I mean, you do, but you can get a small one.
I mean, you could just buy a
little Scarlet.
Yeah. But we love what you got.
Yeah, I like the Yeti. It's cool.
What are you going to record?
Do my
Erotic audio?
my erotic audio, yeah. So I can get that finally. And then because I was doing actually some like auditions for Marlene hooked me up with this website where you can get like voice acting jobs, and I already did like submitted a few auditions for those, but I was like the mic quality from like the iPhone it was just like garbage, so I was like, I'm not going to get anything from it. Yeah,
I've never heard that before. I heard it's top tier.
So I was like, oh, I could do some ASMR shit, as well. You
just need to learn how to process it, man, because the Yeti is going to be dope, but you can make it sound better.
Yeah, I heard that Adobe is coming out with a thing where it can like punch up stuff just using like software.
Yep, a button, yeah. It's basically like AI for like mixing and mastering now.
How do you I mean, because like that stuff has been existing for like music for a long time, so it's like the same thing, right?
It's different.
It's the same but different. So now like there's actually like services where you could just like send them a mix, and within seconds you'll get like a mastered version.
So, but this is like a DIY at home type of thing, right?
No, it's through like a. Wait, what are you talking about?
Like this
Adobe
one was specifically Adobe for people like podcasting and stuff, but obviously
it'll still be the same in the sense thing. You'll just press a button and it'll be like, it'll give you basic parameters like, okay, well, do you want it to be loud mix, soft, heavy, and then you'll have maybe 3 more parameters, but it'll be very limited to where you only be able to press buttons and it'll be basic. Like I want it louder or I want it to hit harder, it'll be basic. But yeah, it'll just make it louder. So it's just going to be a basic algorithm that, reads it and then analyzes it.
I want my vocal orgasms to hit harder,
It's all about the
that you can do.
It's all about the lack of what's there that messes up stuff, because there's always information that's there that you don't want to be there. So when there's not that information there, it always makes audio recording sound better, if that makes any sense. Because like just naturally, microphones being on, they're catching ambient.
I imagine like that is like that is one of the parameters that you can dial out stuff on.
Exactly. Yep.
I think it'll make it really easy for gating things.
That's all it does. It just has like a gate, and it's just basic stuff that like you were saying, maybe like 10 years ago when the programs were just coming out and like, oh, auto gate and stuff like that. Where it's like that stuff where it's just now it's just always there.
And instead of like where I can go home and I can put like male vocal enhance, but it's kind of than just one little thing. This is going to be like to your voice. So it's like you can probably type in the fact that you are like a male vocalist trying to do this type of thing. But like
Slate just introduced something like that.
Like that?
It's called Virtue Mastering. And basically you put in your track, it analyzes it, gives you parameters, you can hear it back. You can give feedback, it'll revise it, but it also embeds like a master credit. So you have to.
Oh, wow.
So you have to credit them as
part of the mastering.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
It is.
Wow.
How does that work for releasing?
I don't know. That's what I was like. Ooh, that's kind of hairy, because if you use some shit like that and it pops,
then you have to like
they are credited.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't sign a contract, but I mean, part of that credit.
No, you did.
But I mean, like, well, that's what I mean. Like, you didn't sign the contract, but there's a percentage and somewhere in that TNC. Like,
well, it's you don't have you use them as your master, so they get.
I'm just wondering what percentage.
Credit as exactly. That's where things come down to. I don't know where it would go like that, but yeah, I was like, okay, that's crazy.
That's a crazy thing in the future,
because it could be just like a one-time thing, like you paid for the service and then that's it.
Yeah, or if it's like per.
But it's not. You're not paying. Well, you are, because it's only in the subscription shit. So I have it because I pay monthly, but you can't just get it standalone.
Got you. Subscriptions on it or just everything now.
Bruh, that's the only one I have for. I actually have like 3 for audio. them, Splice, and then like another sampling one.
I love me some Splice.
Yeah. Sheesh.
I think cloud-based stuff is like there's no like necessarily an edge to it. Maybe
It's
like
the
exporting
disadvantage
preference.
in
Yeah,
places.
it's maybe like cloud saving preferences on stuff, but it's
That's
like
cool.
it's more like because you could just upload those, but it's more for like so you don't pirate software.
That, but for me, it's like the lack of ease of usability. Because if you're not where you normally are, so you don't have internet or something, like you can't even use your shit. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's no good.
It's no bueno.
No bueno.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? You enjoying these in-season tournaments, Trey? Yeah.
Bro, I don't get it, but I also really hate these courts.
The courts are just god awful.
I get it if you want to throw some more money at them, try to make it enticing for the players, blase, blase. But the court, like...
Doing too much.
That
ain't it, Chief.
A purple court, a blue court, a red court. Like, this is beyond crazy.
Red court, blue court, green court, yellow court.
I don't get it. We're just Roy G. Biven on courts, dude.
I mean, it's making it so interesting.
So where I can't see?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
right.
Your eyes are overloaded. You're just so
You don't know
stimulated.
what to do. You're like, oh
Since
my
we're
god.
overloaded. I can't tell where the ball is, where the players are. Like, this is ridiculous.
It is a bit much. Yeah.
But hey, they're searching for money from somewhere.
Well, you said because the rights are up.
They're about to
broadcast rights.
Yeah, broadcast
that's
rights.
basically why the whole tournament was created. Just a money grab, and it makes sense.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just looking for that first in-season tournament champions. You know,
Yeah.
it matters so much.
It would be, I think for me, what seems to be like the like ball drop is that, and I don't watch TV, so I don't see advertising. I know there's a lot of advertising for it, but it doesn't seem like there's a really big like differentiation besides if you watch, like if you see the court, there's not a huge differentiation. Like I almost am like, y'all just should have changed the rules like slightly on these games. I don't know, make something just slightly different.
Well, I think it's also because it's like integrated with the season that they couldn't change it too much.
Yeah,
if they could change rules
because it's the. That's a good
but
point.
it's like it's not like, and it's not even throughout the whole month. It's like every game is in season. It's like what is it like? What normal games and then in season tournament games?
Yeah.
So
like every week there's 2 days that are in season tournament games, and the rest of them aren't. And on those days, like every game is, which also is messed up. That's why there's so many days this year, right now at least, with no games. Like last week, there was like 2 days of the week that there was like only one game playing or like 2 games playing, and then they had like 10 the next day kind of thing. It's because they're doing all the in-season games on the same day.
Oh, I was. This is like a little bit of a departure, but I was hearing about the next World Cup because it's in the Americas.
In the Americas.
Copa Americas.
Mm-hmm.
And is this from this reporter who was in Qatar for the last one, and he was like, because there's literally only one like major city in Qatar, it's Doha.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're there for the World Cup, like you can watch 2 games in one day
because you can drive.
Yeah,
to
they're
it.
all within an hour.
That's crazy.
There's like 5 stadiums within an hour of each other, and they built all of them for that. Whereas in like Los Angeles, there's only a game in Los Angeles like every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Which is like that's understandable. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot more.
And they got to
travel
fly
for
to
them.
get to the other stadiums.
Mm-hmm. It'd be kind of cool to go to like Mexico City for one, because that shit would be insane.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, especially if it was Mexico.
Oh, that there's going to be a Mexico U.S. or there should be.
There might be. I mean, they're going to have Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. will all be separated into their own groups. They won't be together because they're all 3 of them are instantly in it. They have to do the play, and then there's like usually 32 teams, but I think this year it's going to be 48. For the first
that's the
time.
biggest.
You're
the biggest one
automatically
ever.
if you host, right?
If you host, you're automatic. Yeah. So
That helps us.
well, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny because then all the other teams that like Jamaica or Costa Rica or Panama, who like
Close teams
have a hard time getting it, now they're like they should make it because U.S. and Mexico and Canada they don't have to worry about. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, you might actually get people like Trinidad, like that have probably never. They could maybe go and stuff like that.
Well, like Morocco went really far. Mm-hmm. They did very well.
Shout out Morocco.
Yeah,
shout out Bazaars.
There's this movie in theaters now. I think it's like The Next Goal, or have you heard about that? It's about
Next Goal wins,
the
or something like that.
American Samoa's football team. It was in qualifiers for the World Cup, and they lost to England like 31-0.
What?
Like
soccer?
something, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think it's Taika Waititi's in it. He plays like he's not the coach. I think Michael Fassbender's in it.
He is. Yeah.
And like it's just about like gearing up for the next qualifiers or something. But it gave me definitely gave me like the story alone. Like I haven't seen the trailer, but Cool Runnings vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool. It looks like it's got like the feel good and the comedy and the coming together, and I think it's cool because I don't know Taika's Waititi's background, but
he's a Kiwi.
He's a Kiwi. Yeah. All right, because I could tell like he was like invested in telling the story of like Samoa. Like there's a thing like a word. Something Samoa that means like family are coming together, and like that was like
Vin Diesel.
There's a word. Vin Diesel.
Because like there is like some overlap because there's like a lot of like Pacific Islander blood going through like in New Zealand, like Maori culture, and then you look at the like Samoa. We grew up with like you guys had Samoan students at Rancho.
Yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was friends with them. Some of them, like
Tongan.
Tongan, more Tongan, not Samoan, but cool people.
They
very
are cool people.
Physically imposing, to say the least. I always stay on their good side.
They're big boned, as some people would like to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very big boned, but they cool.
Yeah.
This is random. Did you know that the NBA made LaMelo cover up his tattoo on his neck because the LF?
La France.
Yeah, even though it's his middle name, but it's also the name of his brand. I think it's kind of crazy. Like
no
branding.
No branding.
Yeah. But I feel like there's other people that for sure have tattoos in the NBA that don't have to cover them.
They're just not very popular. I don't think they're worth
that. And it's that, and yeah, exactly. It's stature. Like they made JR cover up the Supreme sticker. That was the first time they made somebody cover up, like of recently.
Damn.
This was when he was on the Cavs.
Yeah,
because he has a Supreme tat.
But that's if they're not like a sponsor. Like you can get a Kia tattoo, and they.
I'm sure, yeah, but if not a sponsor,
that'd be crazy.
I'm sure
somebody rocking a Kia.
Away with that. But they made JR, and this was probably like 6 years ago. Cover up the Supreme box logo.
Wow, I didn't even know he had that tattoo.
He has a red Supreme box logo somewhere on him.
What's up with that? Oh, he just wears a sleeve or something like
exactly.
armor.
There's probably somewhere on his armor leg.
What's up with that though? Like the La something like LaMelo La France ball. Like his dad, his dad
loves the Luz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe he felt like they made it more cultured.
There's a Lee, a La, and a La.
Yeah.
Leangelo, LaMelo, Lonzo. Yeah. What's the dad's name?
LeVar.
Oh, that's where it came from. La something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's LeVar.
But I mean, without it, he's just VAR.
He's just VAR.
VAR.
Yeah, he's just VAR.
I did see that they're making him. But I mean, I get it. Like, it does suck, but I mean,
it's just funny to me.
It's just that's how they make their money. So
I also would rather not see LaMelo's tattoos, like because they're all terrible.
They're
anyway.
terrible.
I mean, they should have whatever tattoos they want, but also at the same sense, I do understand you being an employee of a place, you can't just brand whatever you want
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's if like you were a Foot Locker employee and you had like Champ Sports tattooed on you. Sports.
I'm imagining somebody out there.
Exactly, but that's the lowest budget of it. But yes,
Champ Sports.
That's like if you're a bag boy at Stater Brothers with the Ralph's forehead tattoo.
You're gonna have to wear a headband on that.
I mean, first thing, bro, you got a forehead tattoo with Ralph's. Let's talk about that choice.
Let's unpack that.
It's Alpha Beta.
Ooh, shout out Alpha Beta.
Diddy comes at you and says, "You're gonna get this tattooed on you."
How much are you gonna give me?
Yeah, that's the question. Diddy gives you $5 million to get Ralph's tattoo on your forehead.
Yeah, of course, because that's just I could get it taken off.
No, what if you? Well, because if you take it off, there's going to be repercussions.
He's gonna try to blow up your car.
You can blow it. I'll buy another one.
So, where I only like kind of glanced at this. I kind of wanted you to take the take the steering wheel on this one, but I mean,
It's
I
my
think a
boy
lot
Diddy.
of people
Diddy done did
have
it.
seen these Diddy allegations with like Cassie lawsuit against Diddy. Can you maybe do a little quick recap of that?
Yeah, let's give a quick little recap. So a couple days ago, allegations came out made against Diddy, saying that he was basically sex trafficking, graping, and just being, I guess, all types of nefarious, let's just say. Some of the allegations that were stated are pretty funny, but some of them were like he was making Cassie take copious amounts of ecstasy and Percocet.
Damn, that's a combo right there.
Jeez.
And making her engage in sexual activities with male prostitutes while he would be a voyeur.
And self-stimulate himself?
And self-arousal, yes. And this would last for days.
Whoa.
Like these stints that like they would go to like there was like 4 places like the Trump International, the London, in LA, like nice places, and this would last for like 3 or 4 days. She said, where they wouldn't leave, just be that for 3 days.
Jesus,
terrible.
That's
right. So that sounds crazy. And then
wow.
like it was alleged that he blew up Kid Cudi's car because he was courting Cassie.
And this was in the because
Cudi was courting Cassie.
Yeah,
Cordy
this
was cutting.
This was in the. They've been dating
Cudi
for
was-
what 12, 13 years.
12 or 13 years of relationship and lasted in totality. But yeah, this was in 2012. And I guess Cudi confirmed that his car did blow up, but he didn't say, obviously, if it was Diddy or not.
It was
But he
probably a
did just-
factory defect.
Yeah, but he did say that, yes, his car did blow up in his driveway. And that's the question. Like, what's the levels of blow up? Did like something just like fall off, or did that shit like
Did
James
actually
Bond
like,
blow up?
yeah.
What are some of the other allegations? Can you elaborate?
Yeah,
on that,
some of the other
perhaps?
ones where he was just and this is where it gets kind of it's like he was just paying for her lifestyle, like apartments, cars, showering her with vacations, luxury items, stuff like that. So that's where it kind of gets like, well, you obviously took all this stuff.
Well, like he was like he was paying her to stay together, but they weren't probably like together.
All the houses that he was getting her were within like 5 minutes of where he would stay.
Yeah, so he was basically being like a sugar Diddy.
A sugar Diddy.
He was being a sugar daddy. But which makes it even crazier is that no numbers were really thrown out. We heard the 30 and the 10, but the day after the allegations came out, which was yesterday, they've already settled.
Yeah.
We're
already
thinking
settled.
probably like 15 or 20 M's
Upwards
or something.
of 20, yeah.
Because it was more than 10 for sure.
Definitely more than 10.
Because she was asking for 30, right?
They said she was asking for 30. And what we heard is that Diddy had initially offered her at least 10. We don't know the number, but it was at least 10. And they turned it down, which is why the stuff became public. But yeah, so I mean, brother love, B Diddy. And I guess, the other stuff where he slapped J. Cole.
Yep.
He dislocated Drake's shoulder. He didn't personally do it, but because of a scuffle they were in together, Drake's shoulder got dislocated. And he slapped his son's coach with the kettlebell across his head for not putting him in the games.
Yeah, I mean, well, we can kind of connect this.
And
this,
the maybe
like,
Pac.
And then
yeah,
maybe Pac.
like allegedly he put the hit out on Pac like back in the day. So I feel like he was probably, he was like very power hungry back in the day, and then maybe he felt like he got away allegedly with this crime, never just like Teflon donned it, and then so he's been on a power trip ever since. Like nobody could come for him, and so I think he's actually like a billionaire probably. But he's probably keeps it very much under wraps, doesn't declare everything, and so and like how much has he paid off people over the years? Probably like $250 million or something like that, something like that.
Probably a lot. they were making, because that girl Aubrey O'Day has been saying all this crazy stuff now.
Because she was in that
Danity Kane.
Yeah, Danity Kane.
Oh yeah.
So she's just going off on everybody, saying Pauly D, all this stuff, talking about Pauly D because she dated Pauly D. She's just been going off because she ain't got no career. But yeah, no, it's I don't know, dude. It's celebrity life. It's crazy.
I figure that there's the likelihood of men doing forced acts on women is extremely high.
Mhm.
Well, you can be Dwight Howard and forcing yourself upon men.
Yeah. I just figure like I should probably say like in the position of power. If you're in any position where you have a power. I mean, like it said that she got savage beatings when he punched, kicked, and stomped her, and like
When he was like in drug induced rages.
yeah, controllable.
Wait, Cassie?
Yeah.
He
And he would make her go to his like apartments where he would make her put all this makeup on so his kids could see her but not see her beat up.
Yeah.
Type thing, you know what I mean?
Very controlling
It
like
seemed
behavior.
I mean, just the fact that like, all right, so he signed her when she was 19, and then 2 years later
is when they got together.
is
She was
basically
21.
Probably
It was, like,
before
right
that.
after.
So it's like I'm saying he's 37, she's 19, he's courting her right then. Like that's my guess. Like, and I don't know. I've always felt the dude he just got that look,
Little
man.
P sleazy.
Yeah, man. He just something about. But it made me
Sus
think.
daddy.
Yeah, sus
Sus daddy.
But made me think though. Our girl J-Lo, she was with him.
It made me think about making the band. We saw all the signs.
Oh, we did see all
when
the
he was
signs.
making them go and get stupid stuff for no reason.
Oh, you're right.
Go walk 13 miles. Go get me a sugar cookie.
Dude, he was on his. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, because you know, like how
Studio shut down.
producers on like
on
reality
that power
shows will
trip.
like manufacture like things.
That's
Maybe
why-
with him, they didn't have to manufacture anything. The
Yeah,
writers
like-
were like had a day
They're
off
like,
on that.
damn, that's good, Diddy. Where'd you come up with that? No, they're
I'm dead
walking
serious.
uptown to give me a sugar cookie.
Give me a cookie. They're like,
no,
yeah,
so-
but
Give me your cocktail.
Yeah, no, that's that's Dwayne Wade, but they're saying that
Dwayne Wade. Do not sully Dwayne Wade.
You're right. Sorry, that's Dwayne Martin and Will Smith.
yeah.
My bad. They've
Oh,
been
I thought you were talking
accused.
about what's his name? Basketball player.
Wade.
No. Dwight. Oh, that's Dwight. I was thinking
We were talking about
DW.
Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight.
but yeah,
Howard.
no, what they were saying about Dwight, I don't even know if that's settled either. But they were saying some crazy stuff too. Like he held that dude down and disrobed him and forcibly stimulated him.
Oh, that's what.
That's what Dwight did
Howard.
to the
Dwight did.
dude who's accusing him.
Oh, I thought that was just like DMs and stuff, or is that that's a
He
different
went-
one?
He
It's-
graped the.
the dude who's accusing him, they were together at some place, and he's saying that he made him do stuff he didn't want to do. But all the DMs was just extra stuff. But yeah, no, he's saying that they were together at the place, at Dwight's house, and he did that like forcibly, like. And that's what people are saying. Like, well, how can you stop Dwight? He's pretty.
He's a big dude, man.
guy. He could take Gobert, man.
And that's what the back of fake guys were saying. Like, imagine that fool holding you down and being like, "I'm taking it from you."
Be like, I guess you are.
I mean, I
Going
don't.
down fighting, bro.
You're like, I don't.
I'd actually at that point be like, wait, let's just at least try to make this romantic. Like, goddamn, like,
I don't consent, but like, let's
Yeah.
can we make this a little less?
can I at least get to
That's
know
what's
you a little
crazy
bit,
thing,
bro?
Like,
You
fucking
didn't-
just yanked the stuff down and just took it.
See, I just think, yeah, there's a piece of me that like we've talked about a couple times with our boy DiCaprio, and like how he just be like
Taking it.
What he'd be listening,
checks out.
he's listening to music or something or podcast.
Yeah, he
he's
just like has some
banging.
headphones on.
Like
where
I
it's
just figure that these dudes, like you even said it, like how like getting like some head for like a rapper is like boring. Like it's like.
That's like just the reggae.
It's like, yeah, I just feel like these dudes,
They just do it.
these people get into power and and it's too much and everything becomes just like like nothing stimulates them. And so then like,
they need the crazy.
yeah,
stuff.
the crazy shit, like violent stuff.
That's
or
how you
just
get.
different, not regular.
Not okay.
Well,
like,
that's
not
that's where you could see like not like and not even like where there's a big spectrum of the kink community and
Of
stuff.
course.
Yeah,
But this is like
I'm not saying this
outside
is
the
how
realm
this-
of that.
no.
Like
surpasses
that's just like
that.
Yeah, this is like not okay.
Yeah,
like
the-
it's not kinky. There's no safe words here.
this is like snuff film type shit. I'm sure.
Yeah, this
yeah.
is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, because you were like, yeah, rich people are just weird. And I'm like, I think it just goes exactly with that. It's like when you have people that are like raising you from a young age to like give you whatever you want, you're not used to hearing no, and so you won't take no as an answer for like anything, whatever the question may be, and so they fucking just take this.
I just think it's just the fact that they could think of something and they could get it done.
Like in a reasonable
I
amount of
could
time.
think-
Like,
yes, it's not like, oh, I want to go here. Let me save up for half a year to figure out.
Oh,
This.
it's like
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go
like, I'm
in
gonna
like
do
a
this
few
right
hours.
now.
I'm not even gonna pack. I'm just gonna buy stuff when I'm there.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like they can just do stuff like that. So it just becomes like, it's like for regular people, traveling's cool. For them, it's just like maybe a burden. Like they just like to do crazy stuff when they can, that's
Wild.
Do you think?
Get turned up and then just.
Do you think Diddy's ever been to Carly Rae Jepsen Island?
I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
'Cause,
is
like,
what
I think he has his own island.
you're
Cassie was saying he'd be rolling up like when they first met and pick her up and just high off of ecstasy and just handing her pills, him driving and then be like, take these.
Jesus.
well, like
I could imagine.
Bill Gates,
Rubbing his legs.
Stephen Hawking have been to the. Oh, he
Get
was
him
in,
to the Greek.
Yeah,
When he started
that's
rubbing.
that's actually his actual
him.
character. He's like, this
he
is
smokes
actually.
the Jeffrey.
He's like, this is actually a Tuesday for me. This ain't nothing crazy.
Yo, that
this
really
is light
was
work.
him. What's his whole thing? He's like
an
fuck, he's
exec-
like mind
wall.
fucking, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm in your mind right now. I'm fucking you right now. That's actually him.
Yeah.
He was being honest. He gets in people's minds.
Wait, so that had P. Diddy,
Russell
And
Brand.
Russell Brand, Jonah
and
Hill.
Jonah Hill. 3 people that have been very much canceled this year.
very, very dragged.
Sounds
very
like
drag.
the pedophilia version of nepotism.
That's like the
Petanepotism.
that's like the pervert Avengers or something. Like that. Pervengers.
Avengers.
Prevengers unite.
That's
Damn.
hilarious. The Prevengers. How's it going, Josh?
Thanks.
Who directed it?
The Prevengers? Epstein.
Oh my God! The money's from what?
Well,
Weinstein.
he executive produced it.
I wouldn't wait. Yeah, look up the production company behind that.
Because
Shit.
what if it's a Weinstein production?
Prevengers. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know if Judd Apatow got anything against him.
Wait,
He's a little. That was Jurassic Park.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait, who's this?
Apatow. Judd.
Apatow?
Oh, what's that? Oh, because he has his own production company. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's a
that.
bunch of
So
crazy.
there's
stuff.
that.
Diddy.
I know.
did it.
You just can't even trust Diddy. His face, man. And he
But-
does-
Well,
and,
maybe that's why Mace got out of rap because he was hanging out with Diddy and
and honestly, if
Scared him.
50 Cent doesn't fuck with you at your parties, I mean, I should have listened to 50. Maybe he actually was on.
Well, let's just honestly. These are just allegations, but is it believable? These allegations
completely now.
100%.
Well, because it's like, oh, like you see, get him into the Greek, and you see all these like
You start
signs.
connecting dots.
It's like,
Connecting
oh
all
no,
the
he's just
dots, bro.
his character. It's like, no, this is actually.
Well, that's what I'm
him.
saying. Sometimes, we crucify people before we figure out if it's real or not. But these kind of seem like it could be real, right?
Well-
It feels like the suit fits him quite well.
Yeah, if the shoe fits, like, because you've heard about like Kevin Spacey
Yep.
stuff. Like a lot of these witnesses allegedly they just like happen to die mysteriously days before trial and stuff like that. Like, and that he's not even like a power player, It's like
got enough money.
or you wouldn't think he
Yeah.
has, but like
Dude, people out here doing things for cheaper than you would believe.
I'm going
Yeah.
to get in my car. It's going to blow up. He's listening to us right now.
5,000.
Yeah, like, it's like we didn't even upload it, man.
Damn, he's that
All it
good.
took was 5,000.
They just letting anybody into these parking garages, huh?
That's all it to do. People that do stuff. People are desperate out here.
And money, like, I think people, I think we like to believe that, like, no one does terrible, nefarious things. Like, honestly, you
I don't believe
You'd
that.
like to,
But
think
you like
that.
to believe that, like, the people that you enjoy, like, the people that you like in the high
That'd
power.
be a fairy tale then. I want you guys to do bad stuff, just not around or to me.
I mean, bad stuff is like subjective, but
Well,
like,
yeah, that lets me know you're a person.
Well,
Like,
you would-
can't just
you
be
would-
all good.
no,
I mean,
but
like,
you would
there's-
think like,
There's a difference between stealing money from the like government and then like also like sex trafficking and
you don't mind, you don't care, you have no thing about like victimless crimes, like you don't have any qualms about that.
None.
But it's like, anything that impacts another person, you're not for that.
Not for that. You're right. I can't say that. I'm not for hurting
like
other
like
people.
say
You're
like
right. You're right.
like
You're right.
selling drugs or something
That's fine.
is nothing.
Yeah.
But like giving drugs to a even
kid.
like even a minor, like
Yeah,
that's
that's not
not
good.
there's nothing
Yeah,
cool
that's
with that.
not
Like
good.
here's this crack.
Yeah, I'm not good with that.
No.
But no, yeah. You got to do some bad. Let you know you're a person. Can't just be like
I mean, I don't think it's possible to not do.
Jesus.
hey,
Did Jesus not do bad?
I believe.
Well, isn't there that one
Perception.
period of like 3 to 5 years where they didn't write nothing about him in like
It
the
was
Bible? 7
He
years.
went
Yeah.
to the desert.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing some desert island.
he was on that Afghani.
Those are the high years. Everyone always says those are the high drug years of Jesus. Like Jesus had to get high.
Oh, because there were like all like because back then they were probably doing like mushrooms or animal like toad venom type stuff.
there was something to get him inebriated. They had wine, obviously.
Yeah,
So
I mean he could make it whenever he wanted to, right?
just turn it into it. So
I mean,
yeah,
so he would
was-
turn anything into that.
But they
into the
had
Afghan.
stuff to inebriate themselves, even if it was just tobacco.
What do you think that burning bush was like? Just a
I mean, that was
See, you're-
Moses was talking to a burning bush.
yeah, and he just came. He's like this bush talked. To
Yeah,
me.
we believe Moses, but we don't believe Joseph Smith. They were basically
The same story. I mean, Joseph Smith, he was out there walking. He saw some gold.
you got tablets. What did
yeah.
Moses get? Tablets.
Yeah, but these were rocks
And
versus, like,
and
metal.
Smith were gold ones.
So
They
we can't
pulled from
believe
the
that.
wall.
So we believe the ones that are made out of rock are real, but the ones gold
Obviously.
can't be real.
Clearly. I don't understand your question.
Yeah, what is this?
I mean, duh.
Where is this? Where's this going?
I like somebody picking
Glove
choose.
does not fit. You must acquit.
I mean,
You know,
it's clear as day.
that shit gotta be wrong. This gold tablets.
Yeah, right. Wait.
What, next
in
thing
this,
you're gonna-
in this economy, gold tablets?
Next
Come
thing you're
on.
going to be telling me he had a Palm Pilot?
Well, that's Ronald Hubbard. You can be Scientologist.
Ooh, I'm curious to like go to one of those things, get my thetan level read.
Yeah, you gotta get they gotta basically it's them exercising the demons, just you telling them all your deepest and darkest secrets.
and then writing it down and be like, oh yes. Yeah, okay.
I want to do that and be completely honest and be like, because like normally they tell you you're either like you're the chosen one or you have
They're
like,
like, you too much for us.
yeah, you're like
You can't be here.
I think you should go to the
Maybe just stick
Church
to
of Latter Day
Christianity.
Saints or something like that.
Stick with Christianity.
Rap the street. You have a better.
Yeah.
You might have a better chance there.
The Jews are looking for people.
I'm not touching that one.
That was a good one.
I love my Jewish brethren.
I do too, but who's to say they're not recruiting?
I mean, I guess if you're saying like all religions,
That
are
is what
recruiting,
I'm saying.
I
That's
mean,
exactly what you were
If
hinting
somebody
at.
just cut that and there was the Jews are looking for people, and that was it.
I'm sure you're not going to make that into a clip. Actually.
I mean,
It just repeats it and his face gets closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
the Jews are looking. The Jews are looking. Dun, 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 dun.
I really appreciate that. Like, if you even have a little bit of your shovel in the dirt, you just keep
I
on
keep
digging
on
the
going.
hole. You're like, I'm just gonna keep this hole can go deeper.
Like
trust
I'm
me.
already here.
Yeah,
I've already
it's
started.
already started. I'm gonna keep on digging.
I mean, this is did you hear? I think on the platform that is formerly known as Twitter that Elon made a tweet because they're still called tweets, right?
It's called tweets.
He said if you write a tweet that says "from the river to the sea," like you'll get banned because that's hinting at like genocide or something.
Are you serious?
And there's another one, but like
What?
It's crazy. I mean, I still follow Sean King. I think he has a lot of problematic stuff, and he's kind of
That boy lost it a long time ago.
I just think he likes
he was never loved as a child.
I just don't know what his point is. Like he was posting all this stuff of like basically like gruesome, dead, destroyed, blown up bodies of like
He
children.
just
in
wants to
Pal-
be more black than he is.
I mean, I think a lot of people who follow him aren't black. I think a lot of the black community doesn't trust him
Exactly.
because he's like kind of like using this dog whistle. Like he's this thing. He says he's like, oh, this is not for me. This is for... But I think he does have a lot of important news that needs to be paid attention to. But the way he delivers it is...
So does Tariq Nasheed. But yeah, the delivery is rough, bruh. All that FBA stuff, I'm just with people being people, bruh. Like, who cares?
I'm trying to...
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
FBA, it's like...
no, what I'm with people being people. Who cares?
Oh, because people are going to people. You know, people are going to do what people do. So why already put more to it? You know what I mean?
I suppose.
Because it's already like the people are going to wild out regardless and be good. So why not make it? Why make it harder? It doesn't have to be harder.
Yeah. Yeah. I just always think, for me in the Sean King thing, I just feel like he actually does not have like an end goal. Like, it's not like anything. I mean, I know he says he does, but I'm like, how is you posting like currently right now? It's really good that everyone knows, like, yes, it's good to bring awareness to like the amount of people dying in Palestine or the Palestinians. But how is you showing like a kid's head blown off actually helping end the war?
Yeah, I think he's a lot of
shock about like,
yeah, and he's just like
what gets the views, guys?
He's so reactionary and like incendiary. He's incendiary. He's like, but it's like not focused, and he's just like, I mean, I'm sure he does some good.
Yeah,
but I think it's a lot of inflammatory, just like,
yeah, he's a news pundit.
Yeah, I don't think he's really that much different than like a Tucker Carlson.
He's exactly the same.
Yeah. That felt weird to say. That's why weird to say.
In all forms, it's exactly the same in all forms. It's like they over sensationalize things to keep people entertained and afraid and
enraged. I think his thing is that he wants people to stay in a constant space of like enraged.
Well, you have to in their shoe because you know that's what's going to repeat clientele.
Yeah,
it's like when you're a drug dealer, you're not going to give them something that's going to kill them because you're going to lose your clientele, and you're not going to give them something that's too weak because you could lose your clientele.
Yeah.
So you're going to give them something that's just going to keep them coming back, keep them coming back, keep them coming back.
That's a really good analogy. That was good.
Okay, so this is what he said. Elon Musk, from his account, said, declare the terms decolonization and from the river to the sea are euphemisms that necessarily imply genocide, which on the platform results in suspension, which is funny because he bought Twitter with the goal of making it free speech for everyone, but it's like free speech for his.
Wait, how does decolonization mean? That's a weird one.
I mean, it's from his like, you know, his kind of like weird ivory tower thing. Like he's observing, because you've heard his daughter. That,
yeah.
Like, because like he's against this anti-woke liberal agenda because he had a son that transitioned and went to a school in Los Angeles that was like teaching like radical politics and communism, and like this daughter now like has completely cut him off from her life. Doesn't want anything to do with him, and so like he is like, all of this stuff is in reaction to that, and it comes from that place.
Wow.
Because like she is just I guess from this like maybe it was a charter school or private school or something, but was talking about how like wealth is bad. And I mean, this was a lot of coming from Elon Musk's biographer of like how like all of this behavior is just pretty much stemming from the daughter disowning him from being like, he's pretty much a jackal.
That's crazy. This is one giant like action
overcompensating for being a terrible human, I guess.
Did you see the old interview of Kanye and Elon Musk?
Mm-mm.
Someone posted it. It's from a long time ago, and Kanye, it's in the height of Kanye being Kanye and like young Elon Musk. So Elon's kind of like stuttering over his words and stuff.
That's pre-hairline or post-hairline?
It was probably
when he got the new those plugs.
So he's still adjusting to newfound confidence.
And Kanye's like, he's like, Elon's trying to say some stuff, and Kanye just starts singing his own lyrics. He's like, drug dealing just to get by, stacking money till we get sky high. And Elon's just like, Yep. But like what I'm saying is, he just keeps on going. He's like, but why don't you just use your good to like make the world better? And Elon's like, I mean, maybe in a couple years. He's like, but right now with SpaceX and Tesla. It's pretty funny though.
It's like, I gotta keep it on the tracks.
It's funny because Kanye was just being ultimate Kanye, and Kanye just like, I'm just trying to be a billionaire, bro. You is one.
Well, and too, like, because you see how his, I mean, I guess with his power is kind of crazy because it comes down to him almost, like how he is providing his internet company is providing service to the humanitarian workers in Gaza.
I think
Gaza.
I don't know.
Gaza, I think is, well, that's how
Gaza.
but like
Gaza.
yeah, they're saying that's like, but Israel is like saying that's not a good idea. But in in a complete 180, have you guys listened to the new Andre 3000 album?
Yes, I have.
Thoughts?
Wait, real quick before we change, I do know. I wanted to add.
Can I see that, Josh?
That there's also a ban from advertisers, or not a ban. There's like a strike. Advertisers are striking against X and not advertising on it.
Oh, even less people advertising?
Yeah,
now?
yeah. And so then there is this thing that was released that's like Premium Plus on X, where it's like if you sign up for Premium Plus, you'll never see an ad ever on your feed. And the joke is, why would I sign up for Premium Plus when there's no one putting ads on your thing already? But he posted that on his, and so everyone's like, yo, dude must be hurting if he's like basically saying like, pay please to be on this platform. I think
is the platform going anywhere? Huh?
I think the same people that made him are going to tear him down. And I like.
Well, you've seen like that. I'm not sure if it's in effect, but it's like it's a pay service now. Like, and yeah, you see ads, and if you don't pay for your service, like you can only put out so many tweets within a certain time period.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. I did see that. And it's like you can only do a certain amount of tweets during the day. You can only see a certain amount, right? You can only like interact with, I think, a certain amount a day too. Like you don't have like a full, just continuous ability to.
So it's really interesting, the guise of like free speech of it's like it's not free when you have to pay for it.
Never been
right?
free, bro. You always had to pay for it.
Whether in blood or in dollars.
Because, dude.
And only one of those is an actual real thing.
Blood.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's it. So yeah,
Andre 3000.
Andre.
I did listen to it, and first thing that came to mind was we lost a great rapper. Second thing that came to mind was he gave some good material for people to sample in the production world for hip hop. It's about an hour and a half of good samples.
Well, you see that he does. He says he's like, I don't even rap anymore. He's like, I don't feel like I have anything to rap about anymore. He's like, I saw this like interview, and he was talking, and he's like, I just don't really feel like I have anything to rap about anymore. He's like, talent and one thing is one thing, like, but you need like timing and momentum are very, very
he's
other
already
important
made
factors.
it though, so I did see that, and I felt like that was almost a null point, because it's like, yes, those things matter for you to break. You're a legend.
No, yeah, like, but then he's like,
remind the people of what you've done. You don't even have to do new stuff. Remind people what you've done.
Well, but I feel like he's at a point because, like, he's always been like pushing the envelope for everything, and it's like,
I can't say always. He did early.
Yeah. Well, he was for a very long time, but he just doesn't feel like maybe his voice is relevant, because he's like, people are still sending him stuff all the time.
No, he doesn't. But I only say that point because the pushback I'm saying is what Prince told him after their Coachella set. He said because the Coachella set they did, he hadn't been in the stage, he hadn't touched the stage in 15 years, he said. Mm-hmm. So he says they do Coachella, and he said to him it sounded horrible. He never performed with in-ears. He says, I got people talking in my ears the whole set. I don't know what's going on. Andre.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's like, because their whole stint of being big, they performed with monitors.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
he's got the music
wild.
coming.
Very, very natural, organic, like,
very natural. So he
performances.
said this is the first time he's even like dealt with that, so he said it was just awkward for him.
Yeah.
But he said to one side was Paul McCartney of the stage, the other side was Prince. And he said after the set, Prince called him and he said they're not close at all. Doesn't know how he got his number or anything. You know? Exactly. But he said Prince called him and he said the first thing he said when he answered the phone, he goes, hello. And he goes, you know what your problem is? And he goes, who is this?
Like, you know what your problem
is? He goes, you know what your problem is? He goes, you don't know how big you are. He goes, you need to remind these people. That's it.
I mean, yeah, we saw that at that show, and it was terrible.
It was terrible, but
he looked lost. He couldn't look at the stage.
He's like, you just don't you don't even know how big you are.
Yeah.
You've lost yourself in your own sauce.
Yeah, yeah. That kind of goes back to what we were saying last week about the J. Cole thing. It's like people that there's like a level of like, do I brag anymore? And like, I don't know if the bragging part is necessary, but also the reason why I appreciate Kendrick, Cole, and even now Drake a bit is that they know that they're like the shit. And like that's also how it was when we saw Dre and Snoop. Dre doesn't rap. When no one's going there to see him rap.
He's never been a rapper.
No, ever.
He's like NWA.
He's
rapped, yeah, he's rapping now, but no one goes. But that night you were like, yo, this dude's infamous.
And that's what I'm saying from greats. Like, obviously, Big Boy from Outkast is still
doing it.
Often.
Very often.
And
to where
he's
putting
himself up in all different things,
and he's
too.
putting out new stuff to where it's relevant for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Killer Mike is just as old as Andre 3000.
That's crazy.
And was his album not relevant in the scheme of music?
And it was actually quite good, I'm gonna say.
Michael?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the questions come to where you're like, you're already a legend, bro. What is preventing you? Obviously, we know what's preventing it's you, but what is?
I wonder if he like. But you think
He says he doesn't have any raps. He says everyone thinks he's got a book of raps that he's been.
He's not holding. He's not holding anything.
He's
back.
like, I'm not holding nothing. He's like, I got nothing.
that's
Well, because he's like, what he was saying too. He's like something with like age. He's like, I'm like 40-some years old. He's like, what am I gonna rap about?
But that's
Getting
null to me too.
colonoscopy?
Because look at Jay. Jay didn't rap about a colonoscopy on 444, and that shit was hard.
Yeah.
Killer Mike, like I said, about the same age. He ain't rapping about colonoscopies. That shit hard. We all know Future's in his 40s. We all know 2 Chainz in his 40s.
Wayne's gotta be in his 40s.
Wayne's
right?
he's early 40s because he started so young.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah.
age is actually he may be closer to our
how
age than
old is
anything.
Lil
But
Lil Wayne's young.
I gotta say that like Andre, like he's probably been very self-aware from the
beginning.
like probably more so than the average performer.
Yep.
And that like he's like, I already done everything I've wanted to do with a career. He's like, now I'm just gonna do some crazy shit, and like if people like it, which I respect because he's like, you know, he's like he knows his legacy is gonna last forever already, and so he's like, if I tarnish it, well then that's on me. But I'm just gonna do something different. But yeah, like we're not getting that Andre and Big Boy anymore. Like maybe in 10 years, maybe they'll do something like a little reunion shows or something, which I will be on. I will be on like flies on shit. But like
I will say
he's not there anymore.
Wayne's young, right?
I will say, yeah, it's quite different. I mean, he's 41.
That's what I'm
Wayne, but Andre's 48. You're pushing close to 50. Like
Jay-Z.
Yeah, but Jay-Z has consistently been a part of music, in a song, doing something.
Killer Mike.
Same, really.
But then he also like,
I mean,
Jay-Z, he's like a business. He's not a businessman. He's a business.
He is a
man.
businessman.
Kanye West.
Same thing.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm just saying, I know.
Yeah,
just say all these like entrepreneurs.
And even
stuff.
when those people don't do something, they still are doing something.
Like Nas.
That's like,
Because Nas had a resurgence.
yeah, like a 5-album resurgence, which is crazy.
No, like a Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
Well, and two, I was like,
First
I
ever.
think up since like, you know, Street Dreams and stuff, like I think he was like, even at his like peak, I think he was a little underappreciated by the general public.
Nas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
yeah. He was.
Even as big as was in the hip hop world.
Because people like if you're on your epic lyrical shit, no one's real. It's like Nas was like Jokic.
Nas is like,
Jokic is the best player, but he's never gonna have a shoe. It was like that. Like Nas was like the best rapper,
no,
but he
was
gonna...
just the queen jewel, the prime jewel of like New York for a time. And if you have that, that's what you need.
Yeah.
That's like a Nipsey. He wasn't big and he wasn't like a legend while he lived, But to LA,
for Nipsey,
Mm-hmm.
but like
to LA, he was a living legend while he was alive,
and you'll still be making.
I would say victory lap though was when he made it across the.
Of course,
you know
of
what
course,
I mean.
yeah.
That's pre-death. But
to the nation, he still wasn't on.
Yeah, it was still. I think it was still very West Coast.
Illmatic is
Nas
known,
is a living legend.
Living legend.
Yeah, Illmatic is known generally to the most hip hop culture population. Somewhere in there, you walk into a room, you ask somebody.
But that was his best, which was his first, and he just kept going down and down and down.
Yeah.
Like he didn't he started at the tip top, and then every project got like a little.
Ever since Uchi Wally.
That's why Bang Bang. But I think that's what's hard with like a lyrical. Like a lyricist, because his first album is straight lyrical death. But
it wasn't straight lyrical death. It was like a good blend of clever lyrics with great production.
Dead Presidents. Yeah, they were. It was. But I mean, what I mean is like, but his other ones after that, it was like trying to inject like mainstream vibes, like with him and the Diddy, with the
Ether.
Do you hate me now?
You can hate me now,
but I won't stop now. That music video was crazy. I remember they were like, "We're not playing this music video."
Who was dragging the cross? Was Nas or Diddy?
Nas. Because that was the album when it was the N word.
Was that the N word one?
Oh yeah,
and
that
the dude's
crazy.
back was slashed up the end.
Yeah, that one was crazy. Was that really that one?
That's one mic. All I need is one.
That
mic.
song was great.
I like that one.
It was great because it was a song that actually understood that you have to introduce music at some point, when it's just like, it's cool if you're going to do just an acapella, but then bring in some drums and some music. He's like rapping over like the rain and stuff.
Yeah, no, Nas is a legend, obviously. But yeah, no, it's just we're in a weird space for music for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess because you guys were saying Nasir, what's his last name?
Jones.
Nasir Jones. I mean, you guys were saying we're in a space. There's like, I don't think it's necessarily like a bad age for hip hop, but there's just so much, and I guess that's why maybe I'm not gonna play all the time, but like Andre's new album, it's like it's different and it's not hip hop.
I mean, if you were gonna like study or like do some yoga or like meditate, breath work or something like that, or like I don't know, if you were like tripping on some mushrooms or whatever,
that's actually good.
Like it actually is probably a good soundtrack for all that.
And you know what? I'm gonna call it hip hop because I got to start calling genres by the actual artist. I know he did something different, but he's a hip hop artist.
Yeah, it's not rap, but it's hip hop.
But it's hip hop.
And then like the way he's exposing people, like nobody would ever listen to the Flute, like a lot of his fans or like just people in general. And then maybe they'll get into some crazy stuff after this, like a lot, because it sounds very like indigenous, like First Nations type music. Like I think people might get into it. Like people might get, like, even if it's like just
I think a lot of people are going to sample it. 100%.
I mean, it makes the most sense. Yeah.
Ooh, you can hear some EDM remixes of this stuff.
EDM, you're gonna hear Drake rapping over some.
That's
Andre
I can
spit
think
over this, so I hit it 3,000 lines a minute.
It's nice.
He's nice with it. Yeah, no, I didn't care for it, but I could see it's got his time and place.
Yeah, it is nice just because it's like he's doing his thing.
Yeah, like it's cool. I appreciate it, but at the same time, I want him to put something out that I want to listen to.
Yeah, I could feel that too, because it is like, it's not quite a scammer feel,
it's
like
a scammer feel though,
but it's like he's putting out music, unlike a certain Mr.
It's
Ocean
the
type
loosest
of thing.
term of the word.
But like, I mean, versus like, I mean. Pharrell, like undoubtedly he's still very influential in this generation, but like musically, like he's not relevant to me. Like everybody, he's gonna put out something, he's gonna get big features, and people are gonna listen to it. But is it really shifting the conversation
Not
at all?
anymore. He shifted it already.
Like he did his work.
He did his work. He's
but
a
it's
legend.
like, yeah, he's not musically, he's not relevant, really.
Well, that's where they killed 21, where he said he always misspoke when he said Nas wasn't relevant. What he meant to say is like, of course, he's a legend. He's relevant, but he's not what's directing the conversation of hip hop right now or rap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like their time of doing that has long passed.
Which is actually really cool, I think, in that sense for them. If you are somebody like Nas, where you can just put an album out
But it's getting Grammy awards and nominations and stuff. You know?
I know it's crazy because
that was his first time getting
the
Grammy.
first one was God's
King's Disease.
Was first. I think number 3 is also up for one now too.
I think he's got nominated every year. I think he's won 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I think he's just getting his flowers finally.
I mean,
that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is.
I don't even know. Like, I think he's just having fun now.
I want to say
it's like he's not trying to I
want to say hip hop is dead was when he kind of came back.
Hip hop.
But that's what it's cool. Like, okay, he wasn't making music for a long time, but he locked in with the producer who he had some type of chemistry with Hit Boy. And look, it's relevant, good, listenable music. Who's to say Andre can't do that? He obviously has a relationship with James Blake, Metro. You know what I mean? Like, dude, just make some stuff that people want to hear.
I think maybe like this will get him back into something like where he's like, it might not be the same as like Outkast and stuff, but maybe
new music.
It might just make something else besides.
Yeah.
He definitely
we
doesn't
just want
have
vocal
to
music of you. You could just give us some
you
vocal.
Could sing.
You could sing. This one,
100%.
vocals. I just want to hear your vocals, bro.
Because we were saying like the best, like a lot of the most memorable vocalists aren't great singers. He's not a great singer, but his voice is so
You don't need to be.
memorable, so unique and stuff. So
I think that's what I was trying to think about. Like, what about rap makes people like? When is it a rapper kind of moves on to like that one next level? And I think it's honestly when they start to sing a little bit or something, like or like change their voice from just being the same rap.
You don't have to though.
You don't have, but I think they have to do something that's like not.
Some do, some don't. Either you do or you don't. Like J. Cole don't.
He does.
What do you mean?
I mean,
he started doing that melodic. He does like the melodic, like he does like
but I don't consider what he does
like,
singing though.
No, but you know, like you got what I want.
Singy rap,
I got what you
singy
need.
rap type thing.
How much you know?
I mean, it's not as big a
like
shift as like Drake though.
Jay-Z always did Jay-Z.
That's the one person.
Lil Wayne, he experimented with his voice, but
But at least Lil Wayne kind of was
Eminem.
On the. But see, those are all people that.
50 Cent.
Those are all. They're not like hit. Like those are all people that didn't go one up.
They did though. Those are all
I
the big.
Think so.
50 Cent was huge.
Besides 50 Cent, instead of doing that, he just had Justin Timberlake on the track. That AO song.
Jay-Z though, Kanye has always kind of gave you Kanye,
but he kind of also tries to sing on stuff.
But that's always been Kanye.
And same thing with Lil Wayne. That's what I mean. Like he did. He threw the little like.
I think the biggest change for hip hop for number one is like a Drake, because Drake kind of started out rapping different than he does right now.
For sure. Because once he started to do the,
he was
once he was like, like he was doing the. And then he like stepped into it.
But even before that, the what's the album? The
One day she
the black friend with the white writing.
Yeah, the one where it's
like, all the
words. If you're reading this, it's too late.
No. That's the late, like the very
first album where it's like he's like
it's like in the one song.
He's like an R&B.
Yeah, you're my everything. You all I ever wanted.
Yeah, like he's like kind of not like. I was like, oh, this dude's like a singer rapper. Like,
he did,
he was kind of.
Yeah, that was a shift for him when he embraced that like whole thing.
No, I think like hip hop it's in a weird space, but I think it's gonna get bigger. I think what we're gonna do right now is get like the super groups in hip hop, to where it's like the big collab shit, to where it's like J. Cole project.
Kendrick, but do you think they want that though? Like
who? The fans or them?
No, them.
I think that's what it's. Yeah, I think that they're to the place now.
I think
where it's like it's like okay, we're already at the top. Let's just give the people what they want.
Like, and have fun.
Yeah, and like at this point where there's nothing to prove, actually. And I like how J. Cole said that they're still combative with it, or competitive. So it's like let's have fun on it. Let's compete a little. Let's rap.
Well, yeah, really, the only one who's still doing that is like Kendrick, though. Every once in a while, it's like really like dragging other people.
Yeah.
So you can see he still has fun. Yeah, but like in general, like his albums aren't fun.
No, they're serious.
They're very serious.
He has the most serious demeanor of albums out of the three of them, for sure.
Just because we're talking about hip hop right now, I'm just gonna say the best rap album up for best rap album for Grammys. Drake and 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Her Loss. Killer Michael.
Yep.
Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains.
Yep.
Nas, King's Disease 3.
Of course.
And then Travis Scott, Utopia.
What
would be yours?
What do you think? Which is their favorite album? And then who you think is going to win?
I think my favorite album out of that was obviously Travis.
I think Travis can win it though.
I think he can. It's that he's almost clean enough. Let's say he's almost clean enough. He's almost clean enough.
It's like, distance enough from Astroworld to like.
He's almost clean enough to where that maybe could make sense because he did have a big year, but I think that it might go Nasair for the last one.
I feel like these are like. I mean, I think this is like a little bit of a washed opinion. I'm like, I like that he's having fun and stuff, but I definitely don't think they're his best albums.
Which ones?
His newest ones.
Nas's? Yeah. I mean, I think sonically, they
sound great.
That's the difference, and that's always
that's like
been
technology and stuff.
Well,
like that,
no,
like,
the biggest I think gripe with Nas has always been he raps over weird beats.
Yeah, production was always
quiet beats.
Production's always weird. So now that he got a producer that's out, like he's giving you weird sounding beats, but in a format to where it kind of
people want weird sounding beats,
but it's in the pop format to where it's like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hit Boy is named Hit Boy for a reason.
It's obvious, so it works in that sense because Nas. I mean, but that's why I like it because he's showing you at an elder state he can still deliver,
he still adapt, and which is like I think a big thing for elder statesmen to like. Oh,
we need to see this. Stuff. Yeah, we need to see this.
Like, I don't think Jay-Z's gonna be putting out any good.
He
music.
put 3 albums out in 1 year.
I know,
that's crazy. But I was gonna say, Magic was good. I liked Magic.
That was cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked Magic. I like King's Disease, the first one.
The first one was good.
Really, really good.
I don't even think I listened to the second one.
I don't know.
Killer Mike album's really good too, though.
That's what I was. So what I was gonna say,
Michael, it was really good.
I was gonna say, I think maybe he would be the winner. Because it's that
has a right look
exactly.
To it.
It has like the most good smooth. Look. But the one I would,
especially for your libertarians, liberals,
libertarian liberals, libs. Yeah. I think out of all those, but Utopia is probably the most artistic.
That's what I'm saying. Like it is. I just don't know if he's clean enough.
But I don't know if they're going to also give it to like the artistic vibe. I'm not sure if they're doing.
I would almost say like I think Utopia is going to win, but I probably would want Michael to win.
I could see that.
Yeah,
it was a good album from Killer Mike. Like for real.
You're not even a Killer Mike fan.
Yeah. I hate him. Like I hate what he stands for, but it was a good album. I hate how he talks.
Community development and financial responsibility,
dude. That's the front.
Well, I think I asked you earlier. You like do you fuck with Lola Brooke a little bit?
I love Lola. I don't love her, but okay. I do. I do like. Oh, you know what she's talking about?
Yeah, I like. I was just listening to it earlier before you guys came over, and I was like, I kind of fuck with this, but the production is so 2000s, which like I kind of like it,
back.
But it's like not good production.
You need the 2000s of like maybe Griselda, because they're 2000s but kind of current.
Yeah, like it's like in that vein, but this sounds exactly like it. Like it's plucked from there. In that it's not.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
They were using some weird wild sounds in like late 90s, early 2000s hip hop was just like the music, the sounds that they were using were
like this. They had 8 tracks. A lot of stuff they had early 2000s. They were using like they're using the MPCs and stuff like that.
What's that the DMX the drum machine like type
MPC,
thing?
MPC, yeah. So it's like they're limited to what they can actually put together.
Yeah.
Well, like that's what makes Timbaland's production of back then like even more impressive. Like
he said that the bwow was his mouth.
Oh really?
He said that's actually him just going bwow.
Wasn't a lot of the drums his mouth too?
Well, some of the but he was he said a lot of that shit was just like, and he said that the bass on it was something else too. That was just like something weird. He's like, that sounds like a frog.
Yeah.
And he said that that's the song that Genuine got signed off of, and it's also the first song he put out, and it was also made 8 years before the fact.
Oh, before it was like published?
Oh my
8
God.
years.
Wow. So that was like his demo.
Like
crazy.
That's what Timbaland was saying. He said that was just like
I want to do that one. I don't think I could just do it justice, but like I want to do that one on karaoke.
Like it's just one of those.
Do a little striptease too. You know what I mean?
That's a good.
Because you'll get people go crazy for that if they hear it, you know?
They always get crazy for that one. And this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Your cousin,
Sha-ra-la-la.
Chantel Jordan.
Chantel.
What
That's hilarious.
when it happened, who'd you have? Because Zari was done. Timbaland versus Pharrell. Do you have a
Pharrell?
Pharrell? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see any of the clips from Flogna? I know we were in Costa Rica, but
Well, I just saw Tyler laughing at a white dude with dreads.
Oh, and he was like, hey, do y'all want to hear new music? And they were like, yeah. He's like, fuck you, I'm gonna play this shit that.
No, it was even funnier. He goes, y'all want to hear some new music? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, well, I wanted a father growing up. He's like, well, that didn't happen. So you're going to listen to my old catalog and love it. And he starts performing. No, but it was cool because the Hillbillies, Kendrick and Keem performed.
Oh,
and
what?
Tyler was just up there like being their hype man, just dancing.
That's dope.
And then Clips performed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was
Malice?
Malice.
Malice, he's been out of the church for a while now, right?
I think he's there still, but
he's not like...
He's sprinkled up a couple performances.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Damn.
So that one was cool. And then obviously Tyler's set was crazy.
Must have been.
Looked crazy. Yeah, he was going in. He was like, dang, when I booked this, my knees weren't 30 years old. They were 28. He's like, COVID got my knees. he's like, I can't be up here moving this whole time with 30-year-old knees.
That's hilarious.
I mean, like, yeah, he is active.
You know, yeah, no, facts. He be moving a lot.
I think Janelle worked that festival. Shout out Janelle.
I
Oh,
saw
did she?
that,
Yeah.
I
That's
think
dope.
So. Yeah. It looked cool. It looked real
I've never been to one. I've always wanted to go.
I've been to one or two. It was cool.
It was like one of the first ones or something? Or
Exactly. It was like the first one and then maybe one more I went to. It was cool. Super cool.
Yeah, they got cool lineups.
Kyle lost his phone in one of the porta potties.
Wait, this time or last?
No,
when
no,
you
when-
went.
when I
you
went.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that back.
Nah,
You do find
came
my
to us- It was like a brand new phone, and he just came back to it. Like he went to the restroom, and he just came back to us with like the look at defeat. And Natalie was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Dropped my phone in the porta potty." And she's like, "Let's go get it back." He's like,
Nope.
Nah.
It's locked.
He's like, "Nah."
That's why he's like, I know
Yeah,
it's
it
gone.
was like,
I'm still processing.
It's gone. Goodbye.
like, nah. He's like, I definitely asked someone to borrow a flashlight so I could see it.
Yeah.
I
it's
waved
like-
to it.
He's like, I will pay for the insurance for the new one.
Yeah, I said bye.
Yeah.
So what's up with
Well, no, what were you gonna say about Lola though?
Oh, I was just saying, like, it was kind of, even though it was like the production was weird, it was like refreshing because I didn't know, like, because I was like, she sounds like Foxy Brown, and then you're like, that's her mentor. I was like,
I know.
oh, that makes sense because she's like so got that like Brooklyn, that
She's
gruffness.
like,
Ooh,
she's
yeah.
like 4'11".
Oh, is she,
Bruh.
She tiny.
She little.
She is tiny.
Wow,
So that's why it's so
big
funny. When she's
person.
she's got a very big sound. And
Yeah.
she's very small.
She's got that
She's tiny.
Brooklyn gritty committee type vibe.
She's all with the Brooklyn bodega girl.
It's kind of nice to hear that because, like, has there been like a lot of big, like,
New York.
NYC, like borough, like women rappers?
Nah, because it's been drill for the last like 3-4 years, like heavy drill, which has now led to a place I've never imagined this, but there's like literally drill rappers, and it's like the hardcore version of drill, and they're like literally screaming. And I seen a female doing it, and it's like over trap beats, and it's crazy.
Well, that's like Paris, Texas, you know, like
That's like what it. Yeah. That's like what it is. And she's just like, just saying crazy. I shot you in the head with a blick, blick, blick.
that's like what Lil Uzi wanted to do, but it sounded like garbage when he was doing
But
it.
they're doing like the whole like
That's
"Kah,
crazy."
kah," like the New York like
The drill, but
the drill aggressive, but they're just yelling like hardcore like. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, no, Lola Brooke's dope. Like, I feel like we're coming back to the 90s.
Yeah, because like it's been like South has been killing it with like a lot of the women rappers is like from the South or like
Lotto, Stallion.
Where's City Girls from?
They're from, I think they claim Miami, but they're more of like, it's Southern though for sure. But I want to say Miami is what they like claim.
Yeah, because like Florida's the South.
yep.
Like, have you heard some like crazy like Floridian accents? I remember when I
Kodak
used to
Black.
that's something
That's
else,
Haitian,
though.
but-
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's Haitian.
But he's on his own. Kodak got his own lane for sure.
Well, even listen to like NBA YoungBoy talk. It's very because he's like Louisiana or something like that. Like it's all like her me.
Yeah,
baby,
because they
baby,
got that. They got that
baby.
like that jaw. That like
Yo.
that kind of
Yo,
like.
you
I
heard me,
feel like
baby?
the whole like that dirty Sprite type, that drawl type thing. It just goes with that type
You
of
heard me,
music.
baby, baby.
Yeah, because it's that little lazy flow. You know?
Yeah, so no, but yeah, no, even rock music, I feel like the '90s is like kind of being put back into where it's like it was not grunge, but it's like
It's getting a little bit. Oh! I don't know if you guys listened to him, but shout out Millicent. I think she just directed a new video for this group, Mannequin Pussy.
I saw that, but
Oh,
I
I
haven't
saw
listened
that,
to the
yeah.
stuff.
The song is dope. It's a
to
really
check
good.
it out.
It's a
Shout out
nice
Mill.
track. Shout out
Mill.
Shout out Money Mill.
Moneybag Mills,
If you pay me,
Damn.
not me. It's
a great
just
name.
the thing, you know.
but not for that reason.
No.
But yeah, that was
Money.
that's a dope track.
Bag.
Like I listened to them before, and she
Bags.
posted some stuff on her IG. I was like, oh shit! Like I love this group.
That's dope.
I think are they from the South too? Yeah, they might be. Yeah,
What's
I
her
think,
other friends like Nova something or whose friends are that?
It's Nadia's boyfriend.
Oh, Stolen Nova. Oh, Josh. Yeah, they just opened for the Buttertones while we were in Costa. While we were doing the Pura Vida, he was killing it. Like he's like this kind of like gives me this Freddie Mercury, like this larger than life, like rock and roll feel. Like I think like and just his style is like immaculate.
Did you
way
like
he
the
presents-
open?
Yeah, he wears like you know like the Prince type like blouses, like that rock and roll, like because you know Prince is not like you don't think he's rock, but he's rock.
Yeah.
It's like the white version of Duckworth or like those guys,
Yeah.
those black guys, to where they're very outward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just great style. And I think they sold out the Wiltern. So shout out,
dope.
Oh,
shout
wow,
out,
that's
shout out
great.
Robbie, shout out Buttertone, shout out Josh, shout out Stolen Nova. Like that would have been a dope show to go to.
I know nothing of this Buttertone.
Kind of like I mean, I don't think it's ever like a huge sound, but there's a little resurgence like surf rock.
okay.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
Post-punk rock.
Everything's post punk though, ain't it?
Surf rock, garage rock, doo-wop.
I can see that. Like if you listen, give them a listen. They're very unique in their sound.
They've been described as cinematic rock. That's a new one. I don't know if I've heard that one before.
People just be making up genres though. You know what I mean?
That's
been doing
100%. 100%.
We've been doing that.
We post-narco.
We post
Post narco, post hardcore.
Yeah.
basically.
We're pre-vendetta core.
Yes, keeping in with music, I guess loosely is
It's
Loose-
fake.
You
Loose
think
leaf?
you
It's
think
fake.
oh you think Snoop's you think
Loose
he's
leaf.
quitting? You think
Snoop
Snoop
ain't
is
quitting.
quitting? He just said quitting smoke or something like
Yeah.
what
He
was
said,
the
I'm
post?
quitting
He said, I'm
smoke.
quitting smoke. And he said, please respect my privacy.
Respect my privacy.
Which I don't, that's the part I don't understand. Like, and then he posted 2 other updates since then. One that looked like he was crying. Like, it was just his head on the couch, and his eyes looked
No, let's
red.
be honest. Both of them look sad.
Yeah, or he was lit
looks-
as fuck, and his eyes were red.
He's going through withdrawals.
You see all the other celebrities riding the coattails now. They're trying to quit with Snoop.
Oh, really?
Meek Mill, Coi Leray, a couple other people. I'm like, let this man have his moment. Goddamn.
Right? So like,
Stop trying to
wait.
steal his
We can
shine.
hop on. We can hop on.
Like,
We
I
can
didn't
be
even know y'all smoke weed. Who
We can be
cares?
sober too.
Yeah, right?
They're not.
Only
they're not
person who
sober.
could hop on it or matter would be like a Wiz.
Willie.
Yeah, I've Wiz.
Willie.
If Willie was
Willie
on
and
it,
Wiz.
yeah, you'd be like, okay, y'all are really about this life.
We're changing. But I feel like it could be maybe health, if anything.
Yeah, I was saying like
Yeah.
maybe he's just like quitting like blunts.
I figure though, if it was for health, I mean, maybe he won't say anything now, but if it was like, I never knew this could happen and other people should know this, like he might take that, like, you know, Papa Snoop approach, be like, I'm gonna take care of the people.
But not if he's like terminally ill.
I mean, but what if it's because of weed?
We can't prove that.
I mean, if anything, he'd
We
be a
can't
long-term
prove anything
study,
here.
a long-term case study type of thing.
We ain't doctors. We can't prove much here.
We can't prove that.
But we can make all the claims we want.
100%.
That's the thing.
That's the power.
Yeah, no, whatever it is, let's pray for Snoop in his time of need.
Time of need, whatever he might be needing.
I mean, for real though, I'm not going to pray for Snoop in his time of need.
Wow, you won't pray for Hawaii and you won't pray for Snoop now?
I think I prayed for Hawaii.
I'm just kidding.
You didn't pray.
I gave money more than I gave
all right, Dwayne.
I gave a greater percentage of my money than The Rock gave of his
All right,
money.
Dwayne, look at you go.
Yeah.
Little Oprah over here.
Oprah. That's right.
They changed the world.
The White Hope.
Great White Hope.
The great white Oprah.
The Great White Oprah.
Sally Jesse.
One little thingy is this is a birthday gift from my boys. I just got to give a shout out to these guys getting these fucking Fenties.
They're definitely you. That's a you shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're dope.
They are dope.
fucking-
They are.
They're a luxurious shade of green. Like they're really
Yeah, it's a deep
they're real
force.
nice.
I like it.
I like this tongue.
The tongue.
The tongue's hard.
What are these? Are these like
Sabas? No.
No, that's the wrong.
Saba? Sing for them, baby.
I know, right?
Sabas are aren't. Oh, I'm thinking Sam.
Sambas. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Adidas. But yeah, these are fly, man.
Yeah, man.
Like the leather lined interior too.
Straight leather. Straight leather.
Leather.
I like the. I don't know.
Soft
People
liner.
probably can't see it, but it's the stitching that does it for me, man.
Yeah, a lot of stitching. Mm-hmm. Very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, tastefully done.
You can wear those on the pitch.
You could.
Yeah, you could do some indoor.
You could
You
just
stand,
indoor.
no, just be standing out like you're injured.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just
Like you're IR. Yeah.
I'm on the sidelines.
They kind of got
Iron
that. They got that. Bob Marley.
They do.
Look, you know,
The redemption song.
Puma.
Puma.
Puma. Pew 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 pew. Yeah. What are you guys listening to? Anything new? I think we got that.
Drake put out the deluxe basically.
Yep.
So there's about 4 or 5 new songs that were cool. J. Cole.
Mm-hmm. J. Cole, and then they also announced their tour.
A tour.
Yeah.
Who else dropped though? Andre,
Um.
Lil Wayne, and 2 Chainz.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz did, and then
College Grove.
They should just have called it Lil Chains.
Lil Chainz.
Kind of a cool name.
2 Waynes.
2 Wayne, Lil Chain. I haven't listened to it, but I know Danny Brown put a new album out.
Yeah,
I heard
he's
that
back.
new track I heard a
He's
single
back.
from it. It was good. It
He's
was good.
clean and level headed, so I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah,
I like. Yeah, I
I saw
really
that
like
pop. I
Danny
was like,
Brown.
oh shit.
Was we talking about it in Costa Rica? The what's his name? Kevin something from
Gates?
Tame Impala.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Wrong.
Kevin whatever Parker.
maybe.
I don't know. We can.
I'll tell you one
caption.
second. Keep on talking.
But the
Parker.
Kevin Parker produced Dua Lipa album.
Yeah,
Tame,
you hear
Tame
the-
Lipa or Dua Impala.
Dua Impala.
You hear her new
Tame and
single?
Lipa? I didn't. Yeah, wasn't it?
I mean,
Hater.
no, it's just like, okay, when you hear the music come in, when you hear like the choice of music that came in, it just kind of sounds like how we were talking about. Like, it just seems that like in music right now, people are just like,
Doing the most.
yeah, it's like a weird, to me, like a kind of, it's not an awkward beat, but the melody of the music, I'm like, that's interesting.
Like it's not bad, but it's like, oh, you're doing something different. You're doing
To
something.
me, it's like, it's kind of trying to be like an artsy single with the music. Like the music specifically sounds like it's trying to be something different, but it's a single. So you're like, okay, you want people to hear this as, you know.
Labels don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah. But like, I just think of her, she's like house light.
So solidly in the pop atmosphere.
Like it's very like pop housey to me, like the way that the vocals sound, or the redundancy of lyrics and stuff like that.
That song's so good.
That song's so good. It's ridiculous.
yeah, she's a certified hit. You know, like she's she's so good.
I finally listened. I mean, this isn't new at all, but I finally listened to the newest Doja Cat album.
Oh, it was
Oh.
whatever.
I didn't hate it.
It's not bad. The thing is with her, is like I just don't like how she manipulates her voice so much.
I just appreciate how she manipulates people.
That's cool.
She's really,
you should appreciate. You should be able to appreciate
Yeah.
that, right?
I think she's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful. I just like think that she's like the ultimate. Like even in her lyrics, she's telling you that she's like basically like trolling. It's pretty great.
I mean, but like from like her behavior, it's not hard to tell. Like, it's not genuine or it's like very sincere that she's just fucking with people.
Yeah.
She's not a no name.
Well, I think that people will look
No.
at that though, and like I think people can easily be like, oh, like she's sorry, Britney, but she's like Britney Spearing out, like like she's
Yeah, she's having a crisis.
She's having a crisis. But I
She's
just kind
Tyler
of
right now. She's trolling out.
I just think that like people forget like how weird they are themselves. Like if I were ever to get famous, that wouldn't work.
They just have the luxury of 100,000 people wanting to see it.
Yeah, be like, damn, these people are
They got an
weird.
audience.
They're weird
They
as
have
fuck.
audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like let people be weird.
Yeah,
Well, people would say that about
That's
Tyler, and it just
100%.
He just kept
Doing
being
it.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So the talks of him being weird just got less and less.
Yeah,
To
people
where
are
it's
like,
now
oh,
it's
well.
just like, well, that's Tyler.
Well, because we were talking about like how I mean, things was a couple of weeks ago. It's like, oh, is there anybody's album that you're looking forward to, or if somebody's? I think there's not many, but like, if Vince Staples was to like coming out with a new album, I'd be on that. Like,
I'm ready for the Kanye album.
that's the only
Yeah.
one that you told me about that, and I'm like, that actually.
You seen where they're recording
makes me-
it?
Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah.
Kanye does it right, dude.
Yeah.
He really cares, man.
Even though he never looks happy, I feel.
I don't need him to look happy. Just give me the music.
just give me my music.
I don't care.
I don't care about your
I ain't
happiness.
hanging out with him as long as the music be hitting. Like he never really disappoints.
Yeah. Ari Lennox put a new album out. Haven't listened to it.
I'm not a fan.
Lil Durk put an album out, I
I'm
guess.
not a Dirk fan.
Dirk
Yeah.
is just.
I'm
glad he got his little splash. So now he's like,
All right, just get out of here.
well, he's like, he's like a higher B now, and I'm glad for him.
higher B.
He's not an A artist by any means, but he's a higher B
I
to
don't
where
listen
some mainstream people know the name now.
What I like is like Yachty has gotten like you'd think he had that thing like that was like more than 5 years ago where he was like
He hit.
he and then
kept on.
and 95% of artists would just fall off, but he was
didn't-
like
he didn't necessarily
with
keep on though, but his new resurgence is looking
it's
good.
better. It's good. It's
looking
good
good.
music. It's not like he's just putting stuff
yeah,
out.
it's
you know?
looking real because he was a little dry for about 4
for
years.
most of his career.
But I think he's
like,
being smart with it too, where he's like, I'm multifaceted. Like he's talking, he's like getting on.
He has
like,
the podcast.
yeah, the podcast.
Yeah,
he
no.
like made a psychedelic album that's like, if the lyrics were a
Stands
little
for
bit
it's-
louder, like it's actually really.
But that's
good.
what he says about the album. It's like it's undeniable. Even if you listen to it, at least it stands alone as it's good music.
It is. Yeah, yeah.
It's not just some like
yeah,
yeah.
Who else is out right now?
Larry June album.
that one was
dropped.
cool. I like the Schoolboy song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard the one like I said with Jordan Ward. It was good.
You see his tiny desk.
Jordan's? No.
Lido is playing keys.
Really?
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Shout out
so
to
it's
Lido.
like a
Dope.
4-piece. It's like Lido, a drummer, maybe a bass and a guitar player, and then Jordan's just singing.
Damn.
But yeah, they did an NPR Tiny Desk.
That's rad.
Yebba put out a new song.
Another one?
Oh no, this was like a couple weeks ago. I
Okay,
think.
yeah, she put out 2 songs.
the
I think.
waterfall one
Yeah,
with
Little Lido.
little Lido.
Yep.
You know, if his music, I'd be kind of knowing
Yeah.
a little bit somehow. No, but yeah, it's cool. Like I think it's hip hop's in a good space, man. It's just,
Oh, you changed your.
No, it's in a good space. It's not that the music coming out of it is good, but I think what's going to happen because of the space we are in hip hop will be good.
People putting out new stuff.
Yeah, I think all the new stuff we're going to be getting for the next couple years is going to put hip hop in a new place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Cole and I think Kendrick might be a little more active once he sees Drake and Cole dominating again.
We both put the waterfall song
Did we?
on the November
shit.
playlist.
Double dipped.
Double dip it.
Yeah, no, no music. That's like
Oh, you put Kingston by Faye Webster on this thing? Dang, that was I love Faye Webster.
Yeah.
I was so sad
Yeah.
she played a show while we were out in Costa Rica. Like all these good shows were there when we were only gone for 5 days, man. Why you guys put all these shows on?
Flogna.
Yeah.
He said a lot of shows happened while we were
Like a
in
lot of
Costa
good
Rica.
shows, like Faye Webster, the Soul Nova show, Flogna.
I never heard that song, and it came on the other day, and I was like,
Yeah,
Have you?
ooh.
Did you
I was
listen
like,
to her
Jesus
catalog?
Christ. It's like kind of sad music.
It's sad.
so
I
don't think you
love
like
sad
it,
music.
but it's damn good, man.
As sad as I like to go is I don't
Give me
like to go
something
too
sad.
sad. Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. Like what gets me in my feels? Laugh Now, Cry Later, Drake and Dirk.
Mm. Do you listen to anything that's sad that's not like hip hop?
Because you don't.
Like, I mean, I know you do.
Yeah, but not on a constant. And as sad as I go is like Still Pulse, that one song. Boom, 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 boom.
It's really hard to be sad to the, like,
that's what I'm saying.
Music, bro. Wait, not like you don't got a sad like
because he doesn't fuck with R&B, so it's like that's where a lot of like
my R&B is like Bryson Tiller, where the beat's still hitting.
Yeah, it's not like sad where it's like
it's like tears. Yeah, no, like, I don't go like I kind of stay within the threshold of like where I stay at, and as far as happiness, like I don't take it too.
You don't
low.
want to touch any sadness.
Nah,
I don't want to feel
I don't want to get
nothing
there.
too deep.
It's like
let me stay surface level on this thing.
It's like the whole like whatever there. Like venom, like it gets on you and it just starts going up and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, because when you listen to sad shit, it gets you in your feels.
I want to like
shit.
when I sometimes
I feel like
yeah, when
that.
I'm sad, like I want to feel that, experience that discomfort.
That's what I'm saying.
It's comforting.
Songs put you there. You're just like, oh man. And sometimes I just want to hear shit that's just like,
yeah, like the Cigarettes After Sex, like that real melancholy shit. I love that. Like sometimes I'll listen to it so I could get a little more sad.
Rhapsody makes me sad.
Why? Because reality makes you sad?
Because her lyrics are just so real. I can't turn away from them.
Those are good times to me. That's just that's my good times.
Like zippity-doo-dah.
I mean, you call it's like her, not AGR, right? Like it's her.
Her.
She's got some like stuff that'll put you in the feels.
Little Debbie Gibson.
Little
SZA.
Debbie Gib.
I don't listen to SZA, but yeah, her shit is like sad. I call that black girl magic music.
Black Girl Magic music. I guess so.
I used to listen to a podcast called Black Girl Magic.
There's a whole lot. It's crazy how many of them are like singing about like their astrology. It's kind of crazy. Like they're like,
dude, I've heard so much shit about being a Gemini. That's why you can't Gemini. Like people do talk a lot about.
People talk about their signs a lot.
Well,
or
if you
like,
want to think about it, Trey is very much like if you want to just go on those basic traits, like
he's
Trey's very much. I would say he's very much a Gemini because he's very like
two-faced.
Two-faced has a negative connotation.
No, but that's what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, you have a duality.
Yeah,
to you.
okay,
I mean,
better choice of
we all
words.
do.
Better choice of words.
But like Trey is very much like, dude, look at international Trey versus like domestic Trey.
Trey hanging out with people that he'll never
domestic.
hang out with at home. Man, I wish we could show you guys a video of Trey hanging out with people.
Craig was my boy. Me and Craig went
That
into
was-
like a 10-minute roast session.
That
on
was
each other.
hilarious.
Oh, you hung out with Craig?
Yeah.
Craig is tight. I love Craig.
He's tight. And it's funny because after he's like, I love you. I love how you just don't take anything seriously. We just shot the shit. I was like, bro, that's what life is.
Bro, you know when you move out here, we're gonna go hang out with Craig. Right?
I'm down, dude. Me and him were boys now. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. And his boy Jeffrey. Like, we were
It was weird. Like this was like a few years ago, but like I saw this picture of Jeffrey. It's in Courtney Nufo's backyard. I was like, yo, that looks like a flamboyant version of me. Obviously, he's a lot thinner than I am. I got these love handles and shit, but like I was like, but I don't know. You think is Jeffrey Hispanic or is he?
I don't know. Ethnic of sense.
He's ethnically ambiguous.
I think he is.
I can't tell.
I think he was Asian of some sort.
Could be.
But like he could be Mexican even.
Could be,
because
that's
like
what I'm
you see a
saying,
lot
yeah.
of like because like I was like what we were
he's
saying
Filipino.
in Costa Rica there was like besides you even in the,
Like, no
do we
black
see even
people.
black people?
Only the women that were at the restaurant when we were eating.
Facts. No, it was very
only
rare.
ones.
Yeah, it was very rare.
There's like one table, right? Like
Yeah, it was
Very
one
rare.
table, and I was like,
Very
"Oh my
rare.
god, this is the first time." And then, but what was crazy is once I got to the airport,
everywhere.
I was like, "Where are you all
that's
been?"
true, that's true.
It was crazy. I was like,
Everywhere.
where-
You can tell they're like Dominican black.
Yeah.
Where they look Spanish black.
I'm like,
you know?
y'all, you guys were all in Jacko, getting wild.
Yeah.
I mean, besides in the party though, I didn't see that many Asian people neither. Did you?
No.
No,
I saw.
I think there was always a couple where one of the people was Asian, the other person was white. Like it was either the woman was Asian, and the guy was white, or something like that. Yeah,
I didn't know. I don't. What was her name? Because I met the other dude that was in that took the bus with us there. I think his name's
Yes.
Horace. Like I think I met him before. Shout out. He was like, "Oh, you're Filipino." He's like, "Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It
Filipino."
was Pat Yusuf,
Wasif.
and then the other guy. I can't remember
Yeah.
his name. Yes.
What's up, night?
Oh, Jason the bigger dude.
No, that rode the bus with us.
Oh yeah.
Who is the dude with the Air Maxes?
That's Pat.
Pat.
You know, I should have sent. Oh,
That's the principal.
He's a principal.
He's a principal.
Good for him. Good for him. That's great.
He's a
That's
principal.
a tough
yeah.
job. If you're a good
I mean, he
principal,
seems young to be a principal at that. I mean, great.
yeah, he's our age.
Because
It's not that young
But I
anymore,
always think
boys.
back when I was a kid, like
it's young.
our principal had to be hella young. Mike Winston was probably young at.
Oh, nah, Mr. Wisney.
He had to be, because I mean, fuck, my Mr. Cooper, my English teacher was 24 when I was in 10th grade.
Yeah, but that was different because there was like Cooper and
There was some teachers that were
Mr.
Tom?
Mr. Tom, and then the other one,
The lady?
Reinhardt.
right. It was something exactly
And they were like all like just out of college.
like just.
Like Mr. Tom would wear a suit so he could separate himself from his students because
he looked
other
too
than
young.
that dude, he looked too young.
Mr. Cooper looked like a student because he'd wear a backpack around. He just looked like a student.
Backpack rapper.
He was on Bandcamp. He had SoundCloud.
Oh, they would have been for sure.
Yeah. Because I was dead all week, I binge watched Blue Eye Samurai.
What is
What you
that?
think?
It's
Anime?
yeah. I don't want to call it a full on anime because it doesn't have like the total artistic stylization of what you would consider like an OG anime. But it's an 8 episode. I think every one was like an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Like animated. It's good, man. It was really good. I don't want like it.
What do you think our fascination is with animated stuff for adult content?
I think it's
Do you think
because
it's easier to digest adult context or content in animation form.
I think it comes across better than what it would in live action. Like there's a lot of things that are amazing in cartoon that when they try to do in live action, it sucks.
Well, and two, like they can touch on a lot of like, especially like anime versus like Western animation. Like they can touch on a lot of deeper subjects, but without it having this kind of like gravity of it. Like it's more approachable somehow, just because I think a lot of the stuff is a little more like can be like construed as lighthearted, I guess.
Yeah, and like I mean, and with the like, I mean, in this one, there's like, it's brutal. You know, it's like samurais and stuff like that. So you got like entrails being cut open, heads,
Love
stuff like
me
that.
some entrails.
But then like on
chitlins.
I mean, that's the end of the entrails. I guess it's like better clean those. Better clean those entrails.
a couple times, last trails, happy trails.
Oh, anything but happy right there.
Yeah, but I think too, like, because they do like nudity in like those like shows with that, and I think like the difference that like it would like Western art would look weird. I think in sometimes of those scenarios because we like over embellish a lot of like things and stuff like that where it doesn't need to necessarily be like that.
Because I just feel like cartoons have obviously been around, at least for our generation and parents' generations.
Yeah.
And when our parents were our age, I feel like they weren't watching cartoons.
Well, yeah, they were,
Well,
because it was like it was
yeah.
specifically for kids. I mean, yeah, like it wasn't like, because even when we grew up, like Ren and Stimpy, that was not for kids
at all.
But that was like one of
Powdered
the
toast,
first,
man.
yeah, that was one of
But
the
that's
first
what I'm
things that was like not for kids.
Yeah,
but like
that's what
we
I'm
just watched
saying.
it anyway.
Yeah, like Beavis and Butthead, like around then is when it started. Is that when adult context started hitting
I mean,
cartoons?
I
Yeah.
think it was the age. So you had these kids that were like our parents' age, right? When they were young, they were watching cartoons. So the people making those cartoons had never lived through watching them. And now the people making them lived through watching them. So they can actually bring to mind. They're like, oh, I want to create this wild thing that now I can do because I've seen it happen. And then there's like more creativity. Like it's kind of like in any art form.
Because I mean, South Park. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Boondocks.
Yeah. All that. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Like
these are adult themed
Probably
cartoons.
it really went up a notch when it was Robot Chicken and Cartoon Network. Because like
Cartoon Network definitely
Even
helped
the
out with that.
claymation stuff with like the MTV where they had the wrestling.
Oh, the wrestling. That shit was
Oh.
actually really great.
Celebrity
Celebrity
Deathmatch.
Deathmatch. That shit was pretty funny. Yeah, that worked well because they also got their actual voices. You know, they had people do the voiceovers. But yeah, I mean, if you're into watching, I think you'll dig it. The main character is like super vengeful. It's kind of gnar. It's pretty good.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio.
Like extremely brooding the whole time, and like it's cool too because it's not one of those things where like there's a character that like is more powerful than everybody else that never gets hurt or anything like that. Like it actually puts into play like, oh, like people out here getting got. Don't get got.
Yeah. I might mess around and watch an episode or something tonight. Are you? Did you watch any more Usher? Is there anything on that you've been watching while you've been recuperating your body and brain?
Prometheus. They just put that on Netflix, so you know I'm a sucker for
a real lighthearted flick right there.
What do you think about that?
I think it's terrible, but the concept.
You know that's
Yeah,
under,
I mean the concept.
that's under
Great.
the horror genre.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it because it's psychological?
It is
'Cause
like a.
That's my thing. Yeah,
It
no,
requires you to
that's-
think.
I love that because it's just like, yeah, it's like lead you to think, what if it's nothing?
That's the one where it's like talking about like the origin of like humans and stuff.
Yeah,
like it's with the architects and stuff.
What
like
if
that.
you find God and God feels like you're an abomination and he's left you where you were and thought he'd never see you again?
I remember Casey. It was like years ago. Casey said that to me.
Want to blow
he
you
was
up.
like, Casey was like, "What if God just left Earth?" Because he was like, "Oh, this one's gone. I'm just gonna go do something else."
They wanted to blow it up and they just left it.
Well, because I've always had this thing of like the idea of like, even if there was this almighty creator, like what if this God created this world and it was a dynamic world where things were growing and changing and evolving without their input, without her input. And it's like they don't want to, they just like saying just fucked off and just was like, oh, what if this is just how it is? And it's like they don't have a hand in any of the day to day.
That happens if you believe any religion right now. They've all had a mass flood to get rid of the sin that was initially there.
But then, that's what I'm saying. But no, that was like that was an act of God, you know?
Exactly.
But if it's like, what if they were just like, they were just like, oh, they just made life forms or humans or whatever in the world, and then they just like left it. And it's like, I feel like it's weird that there's no religion that like
Believes
the God
that.
is always an active force in the universe. It's never just like, if they're all powerful, they have to be like guiding individuals with it. If like they're all powerful, they got shit to do. It's like it seems like it'd be more like a Marvel villain where it's like they're like, okay, like I fucked up with this, like let's wipe them off the slate and then let's start off for another world or whatever like that. But like there's never the we're so concerned with like the individual actions. Like, do you think a God would care about an individual action? Like,
Because that was like kind of like Prometheus. Like they made us, they thought we were an abomination, tried to destroy us, but something happened to them and they got messed up while they're trying to destroy us. And then that was it.
And then here we are.
And then when she woke him up, the first thing he tried to do was kill them. He's like, ah!
I have problems with that movie in that because like they're searching this world and they just like
Find it off the rip.
Yeah, but then let's take off our fucking helmets and look at this fucking crazy thing that definitely looks like an egg. We've seen an egg before, and it's like it's definitely not going to shoot any spores in my face or like put an alien in my body. Like,
right?
These are scientists.
Yeah,
the best and brightest. You know,
best.
what I mean?
And what did she say? Charlize Theron said it only cost $1 trillion to get you guys here.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
And
cheap.
then we're just fucking around after that.
Just fucking around.
I mean, that's a drop in the water compared to our debt.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, our debt is like what, hundreds of trillions or something like that.
33 trillion.
And that's
33
relative
trillion.
because when you're in debt to yourself, are you really in debt?
And like, how can you be in debt of something that doesn't exist?
Tell that to the
Man,
what's it? The World Bank or something like that.
Oh yeah, there is yeah.
There's a bank for the world. Like who?
Where do you bank? The world.
The world.
Just world. No, the.
It's all around us, brother.
World.
Yeah, it's everywhere I go.
World
My
Bank.
bank's there.
It's just,
But I've been wanting to watch The Killers of the Flower Moon, but it's
I want to
like,
see that.
3 hours.
it's 3.5.
I-
Three and a
I-
half.
I need to get
Time.
those like the recliner ones. Like I'm not going to sit in a regular movie theater for that. Like because I saw Oppenheimer, but I needed the
I need
recliners.
like a week to watch that.
Yeah.
I might. Oh, I'm
So
gonna go
long.
watch Thanksgiving. It's like that. Eli Roth. Marlene did like a project. She got to actually talk to Eli Roth because
Is he just still doing scary creepy
Yeah.
stuff?
yeah, And so he did like a project at her studio, and he was doing like
I don't know
publicity.
who that is. Who is that?
He was Inglorious Bastards. You've seen Inglorious
He
Bastards,
did
right? The bad
Hostel.
Jew.
Hostel. The director of
Oh,
Hostel.
he's the director. I thought he was an actor.
He's-
Sorry.
He does
does
both.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he was said he was really cool. But he has this movie coming out at the Vista Theater, the one in Los Feliz. It just
Called
opened up.
Thanksgiving?
No, yeah, it's called Thanksgiving. I think it's like something cheesy. It's about like pilgrims coming back and murdering people at this dinner.
shit.
Something like that. That looks cool.
So it's just a regular Thanksgiving story.
I mean, yeah,
Basically.
yeah, the pilgrims. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, you're right. That checks out.
It's just the real version.
Yeah,
It's not the buttered down one.
the buttered down. It's real smooth. And silky.
Yeah, it's not
The grass fed version.
it's not the real rich version of it.
There's this movie out called The Killer on Netflix. It's like
I
a
wanna
David
see
Fincher.
it.
I want to watch that.
I heard it was really
That,
good.
The Killer.
It's like I think like a hitman or something like that. I'm trying not to like read much about it, but it looks
Fassbender's in there,
Yeah,
right?
I think he's come back because he had these. I don't think it was allegedly. I think he like beat his wife. He's like a domestic abuser.
If
If
are
you do
an
it once,
abuser?
if you
Took
do
it out my mouth.
if you do something once like that, are you an abuser
Or is he too well?
Well, no, because I actually agree with that. I like I'm kind of on the line of like, okay,
Yeah, what's
you
the
do
threshold?
something bad.
3?
It's kind of like how we talk about what makes you a criminal.
3?
Are you a criminal because you did
4?
one thing?
No, I'm just a criminal in general,
We're just
and I just don't get caught.
Criminal.
I mean, how many times did you have to smoke to
Marshall.
become a smoker? And if you stop smoking right now, are you forever a smoker?
I'm a vapor now, I guess technically.
To me, it's like I don't know, man. Once you do it, you're there, but then maybe not. I don't know.
Is it maybe it's a self-identifying thing?
I think it is. It's
Well,
whatever you
I
see in
mean,
the
well,
mirror.
a domestic abuser.
More than twice.
I mean, because like, but that's like with his. I
then
believe
that sounds wrong.
I believe it was his wife or something. So it's like, I feel like stuff in the home, like
doesn't count.
no. My God! Look at your legs. You like Homer.
Bro, I got red. Wow.
That was
wow.
kinda funny.
That was kind of funny.
Still, you still surprise us every day, Trey. But like, I mean, stuff in the home, you just don't. You just keep doing it until you get caught, right? Like type of thing.
Normally,
Like
How many times can you-
Danny Masterson type of shit. Like
How many times can you fall downstairs? Type thing in a one-story house.
Yeah, I guess so.
yes.
You know,
I figure. I mean, I think you, if you're
if it's in you, you are it.
no, like if you get charged or if you get accused for domestic abuse, and he was accused for domestic abuse, and it was only one accused. I'm just gonna say off that, like it's just one. He's been an accusation of like this time of domestic abuse. Then he had a moment in his life where
Lapse in judgment.
well, no, I'm not even gonna say that, but there was a moment where he was a domestic abuser at the very moment he was doing that. But to say after the fact that he's forever a domestic abuser, I think that's kind of like, I don't know.
But isn't that what they say in all recovery stuff? Like once you are something,
Yeah, you're
you
an
are it.
alcoholic and you're a druggie and all that stuff. And yeah. But that would mean that everything you've ever done, you're always that thing.
So I'm always a failure. I'm always a winner. I'm always
I'm always a felon.
Always a genius.
felon. I'm always a genius. I'm always a criminal.
Wait.
I'm always,
You said you're always a genius.
because I'm always a little
Geniusing?
slow. I'm always a little retardando.
I don't know how that one works, but I feel like you're just making an opportunity to use the word. Like, I literally think that's
not
all
true.
that was.
If I'm the opposite of a genius, I'm Helen Keller, right?
She was a genius.
She was also deaf and dumb.
And, well, she was, yeah, we're not going to get into that again. I think she was only dumb because she was blind and deaf. Yeah, I don't think that's actually,
But yeah, like I mean,
this is in 2010, March 2010, filed restraining order against him, his ex-girlfriend, for domestic abuse.
I can't say no. I could say one time's enough because it could be severity.
yeah, I mean, like I mean, I think
One's
it's
enough,
tarnished,
right?
but like,
One's enough.
but
You don't
for-
believe that?
Yeah, well, because
You
I
don't-
mean,
you
like,
don't
look
believe
at
that at all.
a restraining order. They don't just give
don't,
restraining
yeah, you're
orders. Like, there's like a burden of evidence to provide that,
You're right.
and it's like not easy to get. I think,
One time's enough, Sean.
but I mean, it is. I mean, I don't want to like blanket statement. I think it is. I mean, I think a lot of people in like Hollywood, like just not even people in Hollywood, but people with power, like we were saying earlier, like I think your morals get skewed, your ego plays a big part, and like you're enabled in a lot of ways. So
I feel like a lot of people that we know, possibly even us, could be labeled as something terribly bad because at one point we did something that to us wasn't a terrible thing, but to the other person they were like, you put my life in harm, or you made me feel a way that was, you know.
Yeah, but that was fun. I was just high on
I'm just
drugs.
reading that he's saying that like he was driving recklessly and screaming. Ooh. Have you ever been in a yelling fight with a partner?
I'm gonna say no on
Never.
camera.
Yeah.
I mean,
These guys.
I haven't.
That's
had,
believable.
I think I've probably had maybe like one or two instances where it was like maybe like that, but it wasn't like an argument. It was like maybe me or the other person like has screamed or something, but it's like very, it's not prolonged or something, and it's not no sort of endangerment, I guess. In that
you raised your voice though once.
Yeah.
So somebody on the other side could say that was violent. That there was a verbal violence.
Oh yeah, I
towards
mean,
me.
like I didn't know, like in a previous
black,
relationship.
I can't touch this.
I had a previous relationship where like I didn't know what gaslighting was. Like I've heard the term and I knew exactly what it was, but I'd never been like gaslit before. And this was like right before COVID happened. And then like I remember I got into not even an argument. Like we broke up, and I was like, I wanted to be like and everybody I told this to was like, that's a terrible idea. But I was like, I wanted to like, if you had any like, questions or something about like, us in this relationship, like I wanted to give you a chance to like, like air things out, or like if you had any, I wanted like a sense of closure, but
an amicable closure.
Yeah, an amicable, but it was like anything but amicable. Like it was, I remember my roommates were home at the time, and they were like, they texted me while it was happening, because like she was just pretty much yelling at me for like 3 hours.
Yeesh.
And then they were like, she's talking to you like you're a child, like she's like talking down on you. And I was like, but like I had this bad habit of like, when I'd go through a breakup, I would admit everything that was wrong in the relationship was my fault, which is terrible, because like even if you don't believe it in the moment, you kind of like reflect on it, and you're kind of like you say it to yourself, and you start believing at least part of it. And like she was like gaslighting me, and I remember I was like talking like in an animated fashion. I was using my hands, and I was like going like this. I was like, "What are you talking about? That sounds crazy." She's like, and I remember she said, "You're being very aggressive and violent right now." And I was like, I remember something in my head, like a switch flipped, and I was like, wait. I was like, am I being violent? I was like, I don't think I am. That's crazy. I was like, wait. Only like somebody who's abusive would think that their actions aren't abusive. And so then I was like, I didn't realize until later. I was like, oh, like, so that's how being gaslit can make you feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah.
Because you just question your own like morals and judgment.
My
I was like,
mom
wow.
always told me, if female ever said, you're acting aggressive, get the fuck out.
Yeah, leave.
Those are the first words before 911. He hurt me.
I'm out.
Out. You don't even give
And you
people,
make a phone call and say, the time right now
bruh,
is.
you get
And
out.
I'm-
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
because it's like, I mean, and I get it. Like, physically, I guess we could be more dominating than a female counterpart, but it shouldn't just be like believable what they say.
Yeah. Well, I agreed. Yeah. But I mean, two things. One, yeah, I'm probably going to call him a bit of a.
No,
Yeah, he did some bad things.
People can be
there was
bad.
multiple
Like
there was
incidences
multiple incidents
in this relationship,
in
or
this
just over his
with
okay.
just that one. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it was over like a solid like year or two, but there was some like sussy ones where
no,
like,
people can be people, but it's just like how quick we are to judge like the P. Diddy allegations. We believe it because we see how he maneuvers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the court of public opinion. It's kind of like, well, who seems like they would get more hurt? That's kind of what we go off of.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I once dated someone who was throwing fists at me, and I grabbed to stop.
That could be spun so many
But it
ways
can be,
already.
yeah, 100%. And luckily, there was people there. So it was like that was a thing. But from her mouth was, "Oh, he was choking me," and it was like, and
not to say they couldn't have felt.
no,
that,
I mean it could have hurt because I'm like I am
Exactly.
I am trying to stop somebody throwing punches. So clearly, I am trying to do that, But and so but it's like say that happened and it was just us and there was nobody there, kind of thing like that.
Can't do that.
I think on the other side though, it's worth on this conversation, especially as three cis males. I think it's important to say too that like
I stand with women.
well, no, but statistically,
That's where
like when it comes to like forced or like not like being like forced upon sexually, but some type of forced interaction, some type of like it's statistically statistically high that like even like that one of us in here could even have had a scenario where like somebody was like, oh, they were drunk and you know what I mean? And I can't say no, that never happened with me or any of my friends because statistically it's going to say
otherwise.
Like is you walk into a room of 10 people, it's not everyone's clean on that. And I know people that like I know of people where I'm like, yeah,
people we used to hang out with like heavily, like they I used to hear like like some rumors and stuff flowing about, or like
I'm not gonna drag anyone's name. I'm not gonna do.
No, yeah, we're not dragging anyone. But it's like I choose to like
that.
I choose to like I wasn't that close with them, and like I'm not gonna make an effort to hang out with these people. Like
yeah, I mean, I'm not built like that. You see people more than I see people, so
I try to not see those people.
Yeah.
Wait, which people?
Those people.
What do you mean, those people?
Who's they?
Yeah, who's they?
They, them.
I told Sean I want to identify for the first time in my life. I finally want to identify as a they, them.
Because he wants to be the people that are behind everything.
Or just empowered.
What do you mean they?
Yeah.
They. And them.
They're the ones that are doing it.
I actually heard that that's like a negative, like.
Is it?
No, like when you're speaking like and making just like kind of complaints publicly. This is like a behavioral thing. But if you're always saying like, oh, they're like this, and you're making kind of like a general thing, like they, them, it's like a negative thing. It's because it's kind of like shifting accountability. It's 100%. Like not your own actions. It's like you're always blaming someone else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, generally in conversation, like when it comes to empowering conversation and you're talking to people, you always want to like speak about yourself. Mm-hmm. Like you rarely want to talk about they are the ones that are there to do that. Like even in politics, it's a stronger thing of saying what I'm going to do. And I care about this. And then generally they'll throw in while they want to do, but if it's always they or anything like that, it's seen as weak. You're like, yo, you're kind of just complaining and passing the bill on somebody else that doesn't even exist.
That's why you got to like make really accurate things like the Democrats, or the Republicans,
But that's why I want to identify as they or them, because I could be a ghost, almost like a god, omnipresent.
Always there. You wish you were that. You wish you were that.
I
powerful.
do. That's what I said. I wish I could identify as
God, who would wish to be a god? My God.
I would not even wish to be a celebrity.
Jesus. Lord.
I would wish to be the god, but A would be nice.
No, it's not a lie.
Okay, yeah, Kanye.
I could be Hades or Apollo.
You'd be down to be the god.
I don't want to be. I'd be the.
Yeah, you'd be like you'd be a Zeus type of figure. Hell, you'd even take
just
Hercules.
Sleeping with people's wives and electrocuting them, be like, you're mine.
Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That sounds great.
Sounds like I got a lot in common with P. Diddy.
And with that, we're going to.
All right, yeah, let's.
Do that.
I guess we could wrap it up now. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, I have no idea the length, but I feel like it's good.
I could tell you. If I
we're probably at like 2.
2. I was thinking 2.
You want me to tell you? You want to know?
No.
Keep
it interesting. You got any parting comments, parting words, parting thoughts?
Partying or partying?
Oh, I'm not.
We did enough partying. I was like Laura was like, how was it? Like, it was great, but I was like, I realize while I love being with my friends, part of me hates being with them because a lot of those moments and areas where I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep, I don't do it. And we
Okay, so like, yeah, this will be my parting thought, and it goes off on that. Like,
I'm like,
I was like, I don't think I could do these boys trips anymore.
for real. I would like, after that, I came home. I was like, I have to rethink like how we do these type of trips.
Because yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't like. I was like, I honestly, I love the wedding parts and where you got to interact with like the larger group. But I was like, honestly, I was left wanting. Like I was a little unsatisfied with the way the trip went down. We didn't really do anything. I was like, we could have just all of that stuff. We could have partied in LA. We went to the pool, but it's like we could have gone to any pool and just fucking hung out, partied at any club or bar in LA. And I'm like, what I realized, because we got that hotel because we were like, we originally thought we had a bigger group of people and only one room, but I was like, I wish we would have just like gotten a hotel at Costa Verde, a room at Costa Verde.
Oh yeah, where everyone
been
was
closer to everybody's, because like what I first thought was the strength in this, like we're isolated. I love the hotel. I thought Los Altos was dope.
Nice,
really great place, great staff. Would 10/10 would recommend. But I was like, for us, I was like, I wish we would have had more general interaction like with everyone else, like because that's really what it was like. I love you guys, but we see each other all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
by the second day, I was like, yep, this is it.
yeah, this is where we're at. And I was like,
this is what we're doing.
I really wish we would have like, been in there and like, gone like hiking or like ATV riding.
To be fair though, after that first night, also to be fair, after that first night, I was in no shape. And what would probably been the smart move is the second night to not have done anything. Like,
yes, indeed.
We had small pockets, and I told Josh at max we would have had 2 times to where we could have did something which would have put the stuff over the edge.
Yeah,
one of those times would have made it better, but we only had 2 pockets.
Yeah, well, realistically, only one. Like Friday would have been
that's
Sunday,
the maybe one.
I was not in any.
Yeah, I was. I mean, Sunday I thought so because like I felt like the rain was a bit of a savior. Honestly, I was like, this kind of. I feel like it won't turn down for what?
Let the rain wash down.
Yeah, like yo,
show yourself.
Yeah, show yourself. I'm right here. Come and get me.
I just found that part.
Yeah, you got to put that
YouTube,
in.
But it's not raining, but she's spinning.
Oh, she's spinning.
She's spinning, and she's just like,
is she wet?
Maybe perspiration.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
She's sweaty.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
She's like, show
sweaty.
yourself.
But yeah,
but yeah, I agree. Like that, there was a rough. Like I did come home and I was like, that was a shit ton of money to
just party,
and also the fact that like I had said it earlier. Like I had been exactly in that same spot. I had done the very thing.
You did not find anything new.
So I was like, yeah. So and I was also like, I'm not tripping if we don't go places because I had been there. But on the way back, I was like,
we should have did.
Damn, we should have just done something. Like something. Yeah,
one thing, just one.
Could have been, and literally that could have been anything. Our one thing was walking to the beach,
and me and Tate didn't even go to the beach.
I was like, well, I mean, I walked to the beach.
Yeah, we saw some monkeys on that walk.
Yeah, and I was like, because I didn't want to like leave Tay by himself, so I was like, I just stayed back with him. I don't want him to feel too alone. So
I swam in the rain.
Keep running from the rain.
But yeah, we really.
I can't stand the rain.
Yeah. So yeah, take a tip from me. If you're going somewhere with friends, just tell them no.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, I had this experience where it was different, but with the bachelor party in New Orleans. Like,
oh yeah,
that was good because we actually did activities and stuff. Like I think I wouldn't have had any of this sentiment if we actually did one thing.
One thing, just
totally.
one.
Like explore, like
Yeah.
but it was like,
I'll also say though, not having a car, because last time I was there I had a car. Not having a car does make it a bit different because it's a lot easier just to be like, let's just drive down to that
Wherever.
one place.
and it's not even far. Yeah,
It's not far.
And like,
you can go there.
And then like
we were walking.
Whoever was
kind of drained you.
Whoever was like, if you're driving, like you just wouldn't be drinking.
Yeah.
And it would be like, be that easy.
Yeah.
Because stuff was close if we had a car.
Super close.
10 minutes max.
Yeah, it's a very small town.
Yeah.
Very small. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I was talking about with like Trey, I was like, oh, maybe we could do some like trips. Because I'd love to be like, oh, like go with like Marlene, and then like, you know, like if anybody else is going, like we all just get separate hotels and meet up.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
just meet up for stuff.
So you
That's
can like
you
do your own thing, but still get like friend time. And I was like, oh, I'd love to go to like Portland next year, New York.
Like
I always love going
I'm
back
down
to
to
New
go.
York.
Yeah, just because you duck in, do your own thing.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
That was the one nice thing, I think, kind of, maybe it was on Sunday, where people were like on the chat, like, we're going to go here. And it was like, that's the feeling that you kind of want. It's like, oh, well, we're not going to go there, but we're going to be here next, later. Okay, we'll meet you there. That's kind of, it's like that was missed a little bit. And also like, there was a sense of all of us coming together, people that, come together. And I feel like some areas of that also made it like a bit, we did less because there was more people being like, oh, well, how do you feel? And how you feeling? And like no one was moving. People would be like dead ass asleep.
We could have like been more, as they say in the corporate world, proactive.
We needed to take the UK adventure mindset there.
Like the initiative.
Yeah.
Because we had initiative over there at every spot.
Yeah.
Almost too much initiative, some would say.
Yeah, I think that was almost too much initiative. Just like, we need to find a nice middle ground.
Happy
and stuff.
medium.
When people are like, how many places did you go? How many days?
Yeah, and I think I was like,
But
wait, we were
did
there.
stuff too. Like it wasn't like
We did. There was never a day where we didn't do anything.
there was like
And
maybe one,
I think we still.
No,
it
I
was
don't
in.
think we did. We still went somewhere.
It was in.
like Amalfi.
But we still went.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we
went
still
out.
went out.
Went to, even if you're just like going to the beach clubs and stuff,
Yeah.
you're still out.
Yeah.
You're still seeing the town. You're like getting
that gelato
yeah. No, we did something every
every day. Yeah, I would love to go to Guadalupe, the wine spot in Mexico. Like that place would be cool. I still really want to go to Oaxaca.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got family in Portland.
Do you have a? I was thinking about getting a airline credit card just to like get.
So I
more
need to get two.
mileage
We were
and
just
points
talking about
and-
that.
I think probably the best one. I think Chase has one.
They do, but I was talking about it with like Trey. It's like where you get mileage points to it, but it's like, I think it's like percentages of your spending. Whereas with like, at least with the airline ones, it's a direct point.
No, yeah,
conversion
I
type
think
thing.
there's an airline one with
Oh,
maybe with
okay.
Chase, but like I have the Delta one, or a Delta one, a American Express one. I mean, American Airlines one, and I think maybe that's it. But like they're both dope to get. Like, make sure whatever you do that you get that massive check in when you first get it. It's like spend $2,000 in 3 months, because I think my American
it like doubles your points. If
yeah,
you do or
my
something
American
like
airline one gave me like 80,000, and then but the Delta one, whatever, was like 120. It was something crazy. It was
Yeah,
like
like-
you got a free flight, but that was the flight. It is Delta, and I think it is a Chase card, and that I used it to get from China home.
So I was telling my
For
mom
free.
has she got mad Delta points for some card.
Yeah.
And she doesn't travel too much anymore, so she always just has points.
Yeah. I mean, I just use the card
She
in
uses the
general.
card, exactly.
I just use it in general, and like, because you're always gonna get a 0.1 for one, and then like they'll throw out random specials every like quarter where it's like right now, I think the special for the American one is like shopping retail because it's Christmas. So they're like, if you buy anything, it's like plus
double points.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
or like 1-to-1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you just find that, and if you can do it, you do it twice in the year for 2 different ones, and then you have a full. Then you're covered for like a trip.
Yeah, a
somewhere.
whole trip.
The whole
pretty much,
trip's
like your
covered.
Flights.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get up on the lists for the clubs. The
Mile clubs or whatever?
the
lounges.
yeah.
Because Delta is
Yeah,
infamous
Sky
for their-
lounges.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
Delta Sky Lounge.
Yeah, so Delta Sky, my friend Talia, we went to Mexico City. That was who I went with. Shout out Talia. She had the Sky Lounge.
It's nice.
Bro,
I paid once to get into
I
one of those.
felt so peasant. Like, I was like, damn, I'm a peasant without this. Like, this is, I was like, wait, this give you
'Cause
free
it's
food,
drinks and
free
food,
food,
right?
free drinks.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And you just get to chill.
and you just get to chill.
Yep.
Wi-Fi is amazing.
I wanted to travel first class too.
Yeah, once.
Yeah, I've never
Like a real
Like
deal
a
first
solid,
class.
yeah.
Not that fake ass one. Yeah. Give me the first class. I want my chair to lay back and I can go to sleep.
Oh well, I want one. I want
a 10-hour first.
What's it
class
called? The
flight.
Air. I want the Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Like,
you
have
the door.
It's like a freaking hotel
You're in a
room.
pod, dude. Yeah, I want that.
It's like the size of an average LA apartment type of thing.
They bring you like moist towelettes every 5 minutes.
The ones where you can shower.
Yes.
Those are crazy. Yeah,
you got a robe and stuff.
I think it's the one too on it's either Emirates or Turkish Air. There's a bar. Like they actually it's like a room where like, you walk in.
It's like the flight from Dubai or something
Is that
like
Copa Air nice too?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
The only two ones I know that are I think crazy is like
I know
Emirates and Turkish Air.
And then I think like Singapore, like one of those.
Oh,
Asian
maybe
airlines,
if it's
but when
Singapore,
like
I'm guessing.
I'm like hyped to see that Singapore airport.
It's
Yeah.
the
It's gotta
craziest.
be
I heard it's the
It's the
dopest
best
one in the
airport.
world.
It's 4 airport sizes. Like what we would think, it's like 4 of them in one. So big, like you get lost. But like they have straight up like trees inside and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
It's like yeah. When are you going?
May.
I'm stoked for you. Marine Bay Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the rave trees.
Oh yeah, the rave trees.
Yeah, the world trees, and also spicy crab, the spicy blue crab.
Oh, they're also known as like the chicken rice, right? The yeah, I want to try
It's just more expensive than Costa Rica there, but
Costa Rica was like
America.
LA prices.
America, yeah, it was regular prices.
Yeah,
Those drinks were not cheap.
No.
nothing there was cheap.
That's why I had to like take advantage at the actual wedding. I was like, I took like a dozen shots probably.
Yeah, I was
Probably
drinking for
like-
free for sure there.
Probably like 6 or 7 gin and sodas. I don't know how I didn't die. Oh, a lot of water. That's how.
We could be dead, and this is it. You just keep on doing the same thing.
Sheesh. All right. Well,
With that,
let's wrap it up, boys. You got any shout outs for this week?
New from Courtney.
yeah,
Shout out to the lovers, to the happy newlyweds. Shalom.
Shout out to Ron for getting my glasses.
Saved your life.
Really appreciate that one.
Shout out Ron. Shout out
Very
Brad.
Shout out Brad.
sad. Shout out Brad.
Big baby Brad.
Shout out
my
Jim.
God.
Shout out Jim.
Shout
Yeah,
out
yeah.
Taylor. Thank you for being our first
Yeah,
guest.
first
Thanks,
guest.
Tay. Thanks, Tay. But shout
done
out Jim.
popped our
Yeah.
cherry.
Oh, it was Jim's birthday a couple days ago.
Happy, but I
Did you guys-
told him
did you guys
happy
say it?
early
Yeah, I
birthday.
said happy birthday. I
Happy
forgot to
early
text
birthday.
him,
Yeah,
though.
happy belated.
Yeah, it was on the
birthday,
16th. Damn, I messed up.
Yeah, he's like I think out of everybody I've traveled with him. I've traveled him to Europe, and then we took the trip to New York a couple years
Chill
ago.
vibes, low key.
Yeah, he's a real chill travel partner. So
Yeah, he's cool.
shout out Jim.
He's like me without the turn up, but he's there.
He will. Yeah, he'll
Even when he
participate
turns up,
in it.
he's like,
Yeah,
Pretty
he's
chill.
subdued. That's what I'm saying. He's present.
yeah. I think that's
That's about it.
it.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for your views, your
Oh,
likes,
I'm
your
slowly
comments.
getting closer to all the being caught up. I added 2 more audios.
Catching up on audio. We'll probably
We'll
catch
get there
up this
tonight,
week.
this weekend. Yeah,
We're
Yeah.
gonna be on it with content.
Yes.
I'm saying that also to hopefully
Get the
manifest it.
manifest that shit,
This is manifestation.
I've been lagging since Georgia. I gave myself that time.
It's all right.
It's
I think,
over now.
yeah, we gotta. I mean, none of
holiday.
us are 100%. We'll be there. We'll be there by next week. We'll be
Yeah,
good.
We'll be there.
But thank you, everybody. We'll be better for you and for us.
Vote for us.
But thanks for the likes, comments, subscribes, listens on the audio platforms. You can catch us on every social media thingamajig at Almost Never Pod on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Apple, and on Spotify. You know, thank you for listening to the Almost Never Podcast, the first and last podcast to ever exist in this history of humanity. It's not a bold claim at all.
it's real.
Not at all.
It's the real.
It's real.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye bye.